Hello, what's going on, everyone? Sorry, I'm rushing today. Sorry. Ah, all right, we're here now. I apologize. I have been it was a it was a rush to get here. I'll tell you guys why in a second. Welcome on in. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you guys so much. Please come on in. Like the live, share the live. Send your little heart me's. Do all that stuff. Everyone, Heathen, Corey, the only, Motley, Ogden, Amy. I'm not gonna be able to catch all y'all today. VJ, Amy, how's it guys going? How y'all doing? Sorry, we moving through quick today. We trying to get on with this thing. You know what I'm saying? We trying to get on with this thing. God, got a call the minute I came on. That's impressive. Somebody's been waiting, which is good to see. Gotta love it. But I do apologize. I'm running a little late today. Normally I'm on right about like 6:15, and today I am late. So yeah. But we still made it. We still made it. Where's my barber? I told my barber to take some time off while I let this hair grow out. I told my barber to let the hair let's put those things away. My hair's feeling, you know how soft my hair feels right now? It's great. Love it. We'll go. I actually started booking an appointment with him for tomorrow, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it yet. So today was my daughter's first matches as a high schooler. So that's why I was late. The school that she was playing showed up very late. And so I was there watching her play, and even after the sun went down. So we were having fun. That's where I was at, but that's why I'm a little late today. So I apologize. I'm hoping I won't be this late anymore, except for maybe some far away games or something. But yeah, that's why I was late today. So that's why you're not seeing me until about 7. We're still gonna run, I don't know, 2.5, 3 hours. We're still gonna get after it. Okay, we're still gonna have some fun, just a little later. Yeah, exactly, Corey. Corey saw that's exactly what's going on with my hair. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. So she was like, "Yep, no more of that." No, I'm not. I'm not truly apologizing. You know, like those apologies where I'm like, "Hey, I'm sorry. I am sorry that I am here later. I'm not going to. I would not have changed my view on it. Right? Like it's still going to happen exactly like that. We're still going to keep it going exactly like that." Deborah, thank you so much for the gifts. I appreciate that. Somebody sent one of the hand hearts to it. Oh, there it is. And Casey, thank you so much for the hand heart. Amy, thank you so much for super chat. Said thank you for doing a live, even if it's late. Yeah, we can still get this thing going. We can still have some fun. We can still have some fun. Just not, just not quite as early. That's all right. Woo. Thank you, Maureen. I appreciate that. And thank you, Amy. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Y'all can say whatever y'all want about my hair. I do not care. Okay. I'm letting it grow out because I like it. Okay. Guess what? When I cut it, y'all complain. When I leave it, let it go out, y'all complain. Okay. When I wear a hat, y'all complain. When I take the hat off, y'all complain. When I shave, y'all complain. When I grow my hair out, y'all complain. Y'all complain no matter what. Okay? And since all of y'all complain no matter what I do, none of your complaints mean anything. See how that works? you see how that works? If there's always a complaint with some type of my hair, then none of your complaints mean anything. So do with that what you want. Go ahead and put that in your pipe and smoke it. Go ahead and leave that one there. Means so little. Means so little. The things I've done, like, just crazy. Anyways. Nope, I was supposed to view that. All right, well, everybody's just coming in. We're about to get this thing started. Like I said, we got no time like the present tonight because I'm on a little late. All right, so we're not going to spend quite as much time BSing as we like to. I like to spend the first like 15, 20 minutes just BSing with y'all. You know, that's what I like to do. I think it's fun, but we're going to cut to the chase a little quicker tonight. All right. Just a little bit quicker than normal. Catherine, thank you so much for becoming a member. W's in the chat for Catherine for becoming a member. Oh, isn't that a cute puppy in there too? Look at that. Look at the cute puppy. Cute puppies. We love cute puppies. Okay. Cute puppies can always stay. Thank you so much, Catherine. I really appreciate that. Thank you for becoming a member. If you guys would like to become a member, very helpful to the live, helps to keep lives like this running. Really, memberships are some of the best ways to support the live, truthfully. So getting those lives on, doing a little recurring membership and stuff like that, or your super fans over on that app, those are some of the best ways to support. So really, really fun. Really, really awesome. I appreciate it. All right. I got sent things I have to look at too. Oh, gross. Oh, cool. Boots on the ground, Nigeria. Just what everybody voted for. Boots on the ground, Nigeria. Just what everybody voted for. That's great. Anyways. Anyways. Good time. Hope y'all are excited about that. All right. Well, let's open these things up, I guess, huh? Make Nigeria great again. Mninga. Is that how you say it? Mninga. That sounds racist. I'm not sure how. Hello, how are you? Well, then you should move your speaker closer to your ear. Yeah. So how old are you? Awesome. Do you still support Trump? All right. Is Donald Trump a socialist? Then do you support Donald Trump? All right. Then have a good evening. All right. I don't know what to tell you there. You can't hear. Oh, I don't know how that got turned down. Well, I will let you know that you didn't miss anything. You missed literally nothing. I said, do you support Trump? He said, I support socialism. I said, is Donald Trump a socialist? He said, no. I said, have a good day. I just caught you up on the entire conversation. Okay? That was the whole thing. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. I'd like to address the Nigerian genocide that's happening right now. So that's why we're putting boots on the ground to make America great again.
Okay. How is a small sect of officers from the U.S. military going to stop a genocide or make America great?
Oh, because it's going to provide national security for the state of Nigeria, kind of like what we're doing in Venezuela when the poverty rate was 96%
You think a
average.
small group of military officers is going to provide national security to Nigeria?
Well, when Islamists are currently taking over the state
No, no,
of
no, 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 no,
Nigeria
no, no.
with their yes, it's a genocide. Look at it's a
Sir,
genocide.
I'm not
Trump
arguing.
is going to have to end again.
Sir, you're going to have to address what I say. I know that you want to keep repeating the same things that you've repeated over and over and over and over. Okay. But we already heard all those things. So repeating them all over again doesn't help anything. Please explain to me how a small group of military officers is going to provide national security or stop a genocide.
So there's been 53,000 deaths in the state of Nigeria.
All right, sir.
2000.
All right, I'm muting you now because it's obvious that you don't actually want to listen. No, I don't need your any. I don't need any. I don't want to need any of your statistics. I don't need. Sir. No one can hear you, and you're about to get hung up on. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yep. Okay, why can't you just respond to what I asked you without going off on 1,000 different things? I'm only asking a third time. And this is the third time I am asking you. And if you don't respond directly to my question, I'm moving on to the next guest, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. How is a small tiny group of U.S. military officers going to provide national security or stop a genocide?
Because we do trade deals with Nigeria, and the whole country of Africa is.
All right, that doesn't answer my question at all. We're going to move on to the next guest because that's pretty simple. See, I'm here to have conversations with you guys. I'm not here for you guys to just be up here just trying to like spout your agenda as fast as you can just to get off the live. And he said, why won't you what you guys didn't hear, he said, why won't you guys take guests on TikTok? That's why. Okay? Because I'm here to have a conversation, okay? You telling me how many people that have died in Nigeria does not tell me how a small group of military officers stops that. Okay? You telling me how many deaths there have been doesn't answer that question either. Okay? If you want to get to those parts of the conversation, you have to start, okay, by addressing what we're talking about, okay? Hello, how are you?
Hello?
Hi, how old are you? All right. Guess we're off to a great start. I shouldn't have rushed home to talk to these callers. Here's the truth of the matter, and here's why. Okay? It doesn't do that. That's all. The U.S. has sent a small team of military officers to Nigeria, according to General Anderson of U.S. AFRICOM. Would you like me to pull it up for you guys? Just let you know, a small group of officers has 0 times stopped a genocide. Okay. Hello, how are you?
Hey, how's it going, man?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
I'm 52. I was a conservative, but I'm not anymore, and I kind of want to tell someone why, and I think you'd like to know why.
I doubt it.
Okay, check this out. Did you know Trump's last name really isn't Trump, it's Drumpf?
Yep.
Okay, so in Jewish gematria, they assign a number to every letter. And in the book of Revelations, it says you will calculate the number of the beast. So you use Jewish gematria and you look up Donald John Drumpf, and it equals 1197. The Jewish gematria works like this. When two words equal the same sum, they're related. So it equals 1197. If you look up the word 666, it equals 1197. And 1197, because this is a Hebrew book, we want to know what these numbers mean. If you look up 1197 in the Hebrew lexicon, it means to burn or kindle in fire. That's pretty interesting, right?
Not at all.
Means he'd be the Antichrist.
No, actually, depending on which translation of the Bible, it could be 666, it could be 999. It could actually be combinations of the two. Also, we know from actual Jewish texts and the context behind the Jewish text, who they were referring to as the number 666 is actually Nero, who died a long time ago.
It's cyclic. It continues to happen. Hitler equaled 660. Genghis Khan equaled 660.
Sir, so
Jewish
could your
gematria
name,
all
if you
throughout
do it
the
the
Bible.
if you do it the right way, so does your name, so does my name, so does everybody's name. You don't just get to call every single person who ever existed that was bad and then find a way to relate his number to 666 and then call him the Antichrist. That's not how that works.
I'm pretty sure he's the one, man. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that the devil doesn't exist, neither does the Antichrist, and that 666 represented Nero, and because that's what the Bible says, and that none of that means anything.
Oh.
Anyways, hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. How old are you?
I am 33. How old are you? Why is that important? I just noticed that a lot of people, they come in and they say how old. Why is the age relevant?
Because I have to
Just out of
verify your
curiosity.
age due to terms of service of the social media sites that we are on.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yep. And that you are not underage.
Ah, makes sense. Understood.
Awesome. Yep.
Okay,
So do you still support
why
Trump?
are you? I do.
Awesome. Why is
Absolutely.
that?
Well, believe it or not, I had, growing up, a really, really close friend of mine. I used to watch her children, and Democrats don't like to talk about it. Her name was DeKara Thompson. And she was a friend of mine, and she was actually killed by an illegal. So, yeah, I'm actually all for it. I didn't used to
There's
be.
tons of people that have been killed by undocumented immigrants. Molly Tibbetts for being
You're
one.
right.
Yeah.
You're
You familiar
right.
with her?
There's lots. I am not. But there's lots
Oh.
of people that have been, like you said, killed by undocumented immigrants. And my
Yeah.
question to you is, I keep hearing a lot of liberals saying how they are opposed to the immigration policy because they feel that the that the orders of removal without your day in court. I'm hearing a lot of it's not due process, as they say. You do realize that law was actually made by Bill Clinton in 1996.
What law? The law that due process
He
exists?
limited-
That's the 14th
No.
Amendment.
He
Sorry.
limited due process for illegals. You can look it up.
He limited due process under certain circumstances.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
but the
And
people
in
that people that Donald Trump is deporting don't fall under those circumstances.
But why weren't Democrats protesting then? Why
We did.
now?
And we protested under Obama.
In this mass form, you can't compare
Yes,
the two.
we
There's no way.
did. Yeah. Well, see here,
Really?
there's a lot of
Can
differences.
you prove that? Can you prove
Yeah,
that
I can
with
prove
data?
a whole bunch
Can
of
you
stuff,
show
but
that
you are going to have to let me
on
respond.
video?
Yeah, you are going to have to let me respond.
Mhm.
In order to do that, because there's a whole bunch of stuff you said that I'd like to address, but I need to be able to respond and you need to listen.
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Lots of people aren't killed by undocumented immigrants, but unfortunately, a whole bunch more are killed by American citizens per capita. Actually, if you look at it, violent crime is committed at a rate 30 times less by undocumented immigrants than they are by American citizens, which is also significantly less than about 15 to 20% times less than documented citizens. Okay. So while
Okay,
every
but
single, hold on,
I would counter that.
nope, you don't get to counter this yet because I'm still talking. Perfect. Thank you. So while every single demographic of group of people in existence has committed murder in some way, shape, or form, whether that's black people, white people, Asian people, women, men, trans people, gay people, straight people, you name the demographic, you can find a murder that has happened due to those people. Okay. Not in any of those other demographics do we blame the entire group of people based off of the murders that happen from them, right? Like, I am much more likely in the United States, and I mean significantly more likely,
Insane.
right, to get killed by a white man, right, than I am by an undocumented immigrant. But I'm pretty sure that you're not rallying for us to get rid of all white men, correct?
I'd like to counter this.
Well, I was
If
asking you a
you're
question.
running, yeah, but I would like to counter.
Okay,
your
how about this?
point.
You answer my question,
Um,
and then you can counter it, okay?
Okay, with in terms of getting rid of all white men because
It's
white men commit
insane.
murder, is that what you're trying
Because
to?
I
equate
am
it to?
more likely to get murdered in the United States by a white man, significantly more likely.
That's
like,
factually
th-
incorrect.
that is factually
Statistics show you're
correct
more
by
likely
a
to
long
get,
shot.
No, that's completely infactual.
It is not.
Stats actually show that you're more likely to get murdered by a black man than a white man.
Oh, I am.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like
Because
what?
that's
one
because
in
I'm
every
around
three
more
black
black
men
people.
are killed by other black men.
That's not
Actually,
true.
I think that
that's
that is
that's
more.
a bold-faced lie. Do you know who people are
No,
more
it's
likely
not.
to?
That's stat. That's FBI
Okay.
stat, hon.
That 1 in every 3 black men is killed by another black man? That's an FBI
That
stat.
you are 80% more likely to be killed by a black man than any other
Yeah,
group
do you know
of,
what?
of people.
If you take it, and guess what? White men are also more likely to be killed by white men. And Latinos are
That's true.
also more likely to be killed by Latinos, because you know who you're most likely to be murdered by? The people
You're
that
going to give me the answer?
yeah, the people that are in your community, the people that are closest to you. So if you're in a community that's mostly black people, then of course you're more likely to be
Then
killed
how
by
do you
black people.
explain the
If
FBI
you're in a
stats
community,
that show that
I'm-
black
I'm-
people are
I'm-
responsible for 80% of the murders?
that is
How
not
do you
correct.
explain
Actually,
that?
they're actually responsible for 80% of the arrests for murders, and over 80% of the exonerations for murder also. Yeah,
So
they're
you're not
arrested.
more likely to be murdered by whites.
No, but I am more likely by like 80% to be arrested for a murder I didn't commit.
But my whole point with the immigration, and this is where we're kind of looping, I did not see Democrats protesting in mass the way that they are now when Bill Clinton made that law limiting due process for illegals under certain circumstances. Obama then expanded
You're
that law.
33
The
years old. You would have been like
sued
8.
Obama. The ACLU sued Obama
Hold on.
because he was the
Hold
first
on,
one to
hold
do
on.
detention centers for minors.
Hold on.
And they
You
actually
were like
won
8.
in court, and it was $36 million that he had to pay out.
You were
that
like
administration,
8.
The feds had to pay out.
What are you talking about? Of course you didn't say anything. You're 33 years old. When Bill Clinton was president, you weren't even in high school yet.
But that
So
doesn't
how would
make
you-
me not know the facts.
You said
It's
I had it.
1996. People can look it up. He limited due
Ma'am,
process
I'm not
for illegals. So
arguing
why weren't
the
you
law.
protesting that?
I'm not arguing
Okay.
the law. I'm arguing
But why
that.
is this an issue now? It's selective
All right,
outrage,
ma'am,
wouldn't you say?
ma'am. I know you got a lot to say, and I would love to respond to all the things that you've said. Okay, I really would. Okay, but you have to be quiet. Okay, you have to say what you'd like to say, and then you need to be quiet. Thank you. Yes, people were protesting under the Obama administration. People were protesting under the Clinton administration. You didn't see anyone protesting because you were damn near in diapers. Okay, so of course you didn't see it, right? And of course you didn't see
There
it as
were
a
mass protests on this scale. Come on, there weren't people attacking ICE officers. They gave them a special
Ma'am,
on CNN.
this
It
is
got
your last
exposed.
chance to be quiet, or I'm hanging up the phone, because I would like to respond to these points, because these points are important to respond to. But if you can't have the self-control of literally how old you were when Bill Clinton was president, then I can't have a conversation with you.
It sounds like you're triggered.
No, I'm just annoyed by adults that act like children.
You're annoyed.
All right, you're now muted. Nobody can hear you, okay? You're now muted. Nobody can hear you, okay? I tried to treat you like an adult. You refuse to act like one, okay? You are the one that is triggered, man, because you know that any scrutiny to any of your points makes you sound like an idiot, Okay. And that's why you refuse to allow me to scrutinize any of your points, because every time that I do, it makes you look stupider. So instead of allowing me to respond to your points because they'll make you look dumb, you would rather just cut me off every time I say anything towards any of your points, because then you think that you're winning. Okay? You're not winning. Okay? You're not winning anything but proving that you had bad parents. Thank you. Okay. While there was protests during the Clinton administration, there was protests in the Obama administration. No, there were not freaking people attacking ICE agents, because that's because ICE agents weren't attacking people. Okay. While there was deportations happening, just like there have been deportations under every president since Clinton, and every president after that, and every president till now, what ICE agents weren't doing is shooting American citizens in the back, right? They weren't detaining and arresting and trying to deport children in a systematic effort in order to remove them from their parents. You know, there was just reporting out just this weekend that 3,800 children under the age of 18 have been put in detention centers, including 20 infants. The same detention centers which have just been reported by the Star Tribune to be receiving only one meal a day in most cases, to not even be in such crowded conditions that they're not even able to lay down at the same time. Okay, because they're so crowded, they have to decide who's going to lay down at certain points. Okay, that there's been a case of 500 different cases of measles in them, toilets overflowing, completely unsanitary conditions, just horrific things that freaking we hear about in freaking third world countries, in war-torn countries, that we would say that we should never ever be like. We're deporting people. We're building concentration camps. We're literally fucking sending people to world-renowned prisons for torture. Okay? That change of freaking...
Can I respond to that?
No.
Can I respond to that?
No.
You're very triggered.
I said no.
Those detention centers...
All right, and you're muted. And you're muted again. I said no, okay? I tried to have a conversation with you earlier. You chose not to. Now you get to sit here and listen. Okay? Perfect. Thank you. So anyways, what I was trying to say was, all right, yes, everybody's deported people. Hell, Biden deported more people in his last administration than Trump is doing right now. Okay? It's the way that we're deporting people that matters. Okay. And what's happening now is what the protests are for. It has nothing to do with the deportations as much as it has to do with how people are deported. But since you wanted to cut me off to bring up Obama and the detention centers, you can actually go on YouTube or any other social media sites and find massive protests against the Obama administration when it came to putting people in cages, or when them removing children from their families, so much so the Obama administration actually changed course and changed their policy to make sure that that wasn't happening. Now you may speak.
Okay, then explain to me, if you know Obama did that, and you know Obama was sued by the ALCU for these crimes against humanities, why is it there seems to be a selective outrage now that Trump's doing it on a much less scale than Obama? Is that not hypocritical of you?
No, because that's not what happened. He first wasn't sued for crimes against humanity. It's the ACLU, not the ALCU.
It's right there in the court
Ma'am,
document.
the ALCU doesn't even exist, so I don't know what you're even telling me sued you. Okay, he was sued for freaking unlawful detention.
Was sued. There's like 4 of them.
Yeah, he was sued for unlawful detention. Okay.
No, he also was
but before
sued for
that
family
even
separation.
Happened, yeah, that was part of the unlawful detention.
Well, why are you complaining that Trump's doing it?
Because I complained when Obama did it. Because I complained when Obama did it.
But did you?
Yes.
If we look at your YouTube, we're going to find videos on that.
Well, I wasn't on YouTube back then, so probably not.
But you were protesting that, is what you're trying to say?
Well, when Obama was doing it?
Check that, especially on the internet.
Please do.
Okay.
Yeah, not only was I protesting that, but literally millions of people were. So you'd have to find me in the crowd of millions of people. Yeah.
I don't think you were.
I don't care what you think.
The internet can easily find that out.
Well, you should go look then.
But don't you find it interesting that people are now attacking ICE vehicles.
No, I find it
and
interesting
things like
that-
this and tracking them.
No, what I find it interesting is that when a president that's on the left does something that's wrong, the left comes out in droves to make sure that they're protesting those actions. And when the right does the same, puts someone in that's doing the exact same thing, they applaud him for those things. See, that's the thing. Like, we haven't changed. You don't seem to understand that. Okay? We haven't changed. The left hasn't changed and the right hasn't changed. All right? The left was protesting when Obama did it, and they're protesting when Trump did it. Right? Just like the right was quiet when Obama did it, and the right is quiet when Trump is doing it. Okay? The difference is that you like Trump and you didn't like Obama. So when we protest Obama, you don't care, and when we protest Trump, you care because you're a fan of Obama or a fan of Trump. That's the only difference.
Yeah, but I could make that same argument against you. Democrats often
I'm not a
often
Democrat,
go
so no, you
silent
can't.
most Democrats often
don't know
go
who- I
silent
don't know
when
about
someone
Demo-
that they pick.
I don't know about most Democrats because I'm not a Democrat.
What do you define yourself as?
Polly, how are you?
I would just say that you're right in the sense that some policies are nearly the same in terms of Trump and
No, they're not.
with MAGA and with AIPAC and certain things.
No, they
those
were not.
politicians take from the same pool.
What
do you
policy
mean?
is
Are
the
you
same?
claiming that Democrats? Are you claiming that Democrats don't take money from AIPAC and that that's only Republicans?
We're not talking
or
about
with Alex?
AIPAC. We're literally talking about immigration. What policies are the same?
They hired the same guy. Tom Homan got a reward under Obama. Very, very similar policies and very similar memos have gone out.
Yeah.
If you look
And
at
literally
when
Trump
Obama
sent
was
Tom
sued,
Homan-
it's very
And literally
very
Donald
similar.
Trump sent Tom Homan into Minnesota to de-escalate the situation. Because he didn't have Tom Homan in there before. He had Greg Bovino and Kristi Noem, who were the people that were in charge when they were shooting American citizens in the back.
if immigration isn't an issue, then explain to me why sex trafficking and child
I
trafficking
never said that
always
immigration
rises with
isn't an
mass
issue.
immigration.
Nobody has said that immigration isn't an issue.
Oh, good. So you
Freaking
agree
Biden said
that
that
it's an
immigration.
issue.
Biden said that immigration was an issue. Kamala Harris said immigration was an issue. Obama said immigration was an issue. Trump said immigration was an issue in the first term. Literally every president, every politician in my lifetime pretty much has said that immigration is an issue.
So you agree that it's an issue that should be taken care of and that people can't come here in mass illegally unvetted? Because that could be
and again, I
interpreted
say that,
as invasion.
and literally everyone else has said that for my entire life.
So with mass importation of people coming in mass, wouldn't it be logical that there would be mass deportation?
You know, do you understand? Like, you want to talk about Tom Homan? I don't want to just touch on that real quick. What was the first thing Tom Homan said when he actually got put in charge in Minneapolis?
I don't know. What?
He did a press conference. Yeah.
There's many. What did he say?
Well, his first one, he actually came out and said, we need to stop the way that we're doing immigration raids, and we need to start concentrating on convicted criminals, on the people that are actually violent. That's actually what Tom Homan came out and said. You know, Tom Homan, when he was actually in charge, you know that ICE actually was working with all of these local officials? Did you know that?
I still believe that they should work.
They
with
were.
local
Do you know when they
officials.
stopped?
When?
When Donald Trump came in and started treating people horribly, when he started abusing the system, when he started using inhumane things, when he started using actual policy to actually separate families, okay? When they started doing those things to attack people that were trying to do things the right way, that were trying to live here, that were trying to pay their taxes, that were trying to do all of those things. When Donald Trump came in with the inhumane policies, that's when sanctuary cities started existing. Before that, when Obama was president, funny, and Tom Homan was actually in charge of ICE and doing the things under the Obama administration, those actual officials actually worked with ICE to help get people out humanely and, you know, and safely, right? It's
But
Trump's
sanctuary
policy.
cities are against the law anyway.
Sanctuary cities are not
That's
against
what
the
I'm
law.
not. I'm not understanding.
Sanctuary cities are, but they would not
if
exist
you're
if
aiding
you
and abetting illegals.
it's
against
they're
the
not
law.
aiding
Yeah.
and abetting anybody.
Absolutely.
No,
it
they are
is.
not.
Same with hiring illegals.
What
Businesses
federal
that
crime?
hire illegals.
What federal crime is it to be in the country illegally?
It's a misdemeanor.
No, it's actually a civil infraction. It's not even a misdemeanor.
It's a misdemeanor.
No,
You
it's
can look
not.
up the
Illegal
code.
entry is a misdemeanor. Being in the country without documentation is a civil infraction. Illegal entry is a Class C misdemeanor. So it's not aiding and abetting anything. Okay.
It's 8 U.S. Code 1325,
8
covering
US
unauthorized entry and invasion. And when
Entry,
it comes to mass,
entry,
it's considered-
entry,
Yeah.
entry. I just said entry was a misdemeanor. Being here is not.
And re-entry, which most
I'm not
of them
talking
are,
about re-entry. I'm talking about being
that's a
here.
felony when they re-entry.
But we're not talking about entry or re-entry. We're talking about being here.
But if more than 50% of the illegals are re-entries, as the Obama administration pointed out on CNN, that more than half of them come in after being deported, they're felons at that point,
Ma'am.
or according to the
Ma'am.
U.S. law.
Yeah, it's okay. So state officials have them, okay? Under what law can state officials hold you on that felony?
I'm sure like any other law.
Nope.
If you break the law,
Nope. State police officers are not allowed to hold for crimes that are not within their jurisdiction. Just like federal officers can't hold you on a state crime.
so your whole thing is they can be felons, but the police can't pick them up. That's not how that works.
The federal police can
State police
for
work
those
with federal
felonies.
police.
For those
Yeah,
felonies.
but police will pick you up on felonies.
On
like if you
the
were to
felonies
commit a
within
felony
your
in state,
jurisdiction.
police is gonna-
If you break Minnesota law, right, then you can be picked up by Minnesota police. Okay? No different, okay, than any other law. You have to be within that jurisdiction. Okay? That's not even saying that they even have the information on whether there's legal, or whether they've re-entered 2, 3, 4 times anyway. What does Minnesota City Police have to inform people of that?
I suppose that it would be up to the feds then.
Okay, and if they're not talking to the feds, how do they know?
That is a good point. They wouldn't
So
know.
how would they know to hold them?
I think
So
that
how
there
is it
a
aiding and
withhold
abetting?
order.
So how is it aiding and abetting if it's a felony that they have no idea it's a felony?
Under the Immigration Reform and Immediate Responsibility Act, known as the IIRA, that helps work with local officials on expedited removal orders.
Yes.
Right. So they do work together. They do get notified through the
they
courts.
can
the
work
feds have
together.
to notify the state.
They can work
but-
together. They don't have to work together. And they did work together until Trump came in office, and now they don't work together.
Don't you think that's a problem of the Democratic governors that are in those
The
states
governors don't
and
control
making
that.
sanctuary cities?
The governors don't control
Like,
that.
the whole
Actually,
concept of
the
sanctuary
governor,
city is illegal.
the governor of Minnesota actually does work with ICE.
But the whole concept of sanctuary cities is illegal. And look what happened in New York. New York
How is
said,
it illegal? You
"Bring
have
them
not
to me,
shown me
bring
how.
them to me,"
You have
and
not
Trump
shown how it's illegal.
Put
You
them
hold on,
on
hold on,
buses,
hold
and
on.
they didn't
You
want 'em.
have not shown how it's illegal.
If you come into the country illegally,
We're not
it's illegal.
talking about
That
somebody
simple.
coming into the country. Can you come in the country legally and then be here illegally?
No, you shouldn't. You should leave.
I didn't say whether
and
you
wait in the
should.
line.
I said, can you? Do you have the physical ability to come in this country legally, overstay your visa, and then be here illegally?
Yes.
Okay, so if I pick up somebody and they don't have documentation, how do I know whether they've committed a crime or not?
If there's an expedited order, then you would
How do
get
I know there's an
notified
expedited
through the
order?
feds,
Well, I'm not talking to the feds.
because
How do I
the
know?
feds and the states work together with the police.
I don't know.
force to
I'm not.
do those
I'm
expedited
not.
orders.
I don't have. I've shut off my system to the feds. I have no idea. So how do I know?
Well, if you're shutting off your system to the feds and not obeying and working with the feds,
I don't
then
have
why
to.
should
There's
you get
no
federal
law.
funding?
There's no law that says I have to do that.
Okay, then you don't have to get federal funding. We can cut off the federal funding. with those states.
How is it illegal? You said it's illegal. How is a sanctuary city illegal? You can shut off federal funding, but you can shut off federal funding for any number of hundreds of thousands of things if you
Because
fucking
it's
want.
aiding and abetting
You can,
illegals with
it's not
expedited
aiding
orders.
and abetting. How is something aiding and
But it
abetting
is
if I
too.
don't know they've committed a crime? How is it aiding and abetting?
Because 90% of the time they do know because they have a state and federal system.
Okay,
They're choosing to not look
do you-
at it.
Exactly, they're
if
choosing
you're
to not
running a
look at it.
state-
If I don't ask someone if they're a felon and they walk into my house and rent a room, is that me aiding and abetting them?
If you're running a daycare center and you don't do a proper background check and somebody gets hurt,
I'm
that's
not
your
running a daycare center.
responsibility.
I have my own house. I am renting out a room that someone can stay in. If I don't ask someone if they're a felon or not, am I aiding and abetting that felon?
No, you would
Okay.
have to have knowledge of that.
I would have to have knowledge of it. Exactly. So if these sanctuary cities do not
Then
have
explain
knowledge,
to me
so if these
how you
sanctuary
get funding
cities,
to
so
be
if
in a
these
sanctuary city.
sanctuary cities don't have knowledge, it's not aiding and abetting. And since it's not aiding and abetting, it's not illegal. You see how that works?
No, you're completely incorrect on
No,
that.
you literally just proved my point. Like literally just did.
The Supreme Court ordered that it was illegal to have
Where?
sanctuary cities
Where?
as of last year.
Where?
It's right here.
Where? What's the Supreme Court decision?
It says right here, sanctuary city policies, which limit local
No,
corporations
what is the
and federal
Supreme
immigration
Court
enforcement.
decision? Tell me what the name of the Supreme Court decision is. What case? Who versus who? What Supreme Court case? Because I hear almost every damn near Supreme Court decision that comes out. I don't miss very many of them, and I have not heard a single thing about them saying sanctuary cities were illegal, because I don't think it exists.
Am I unmuted now?
You were never muted. Answer the question.
I am answering. You keep muting me.
I can't mute you like that. I can't mute
just
you out
muted
of
me
my
a whole
own.
bunch of times, and
I
now
can't-
that I'm trying to give you an answer, you're muting me again.
I literally can't mute you out of my own headphones. Even when I mute you, for
just
everyone
literally
else.
said how I was muted earlier.
If
Federal statute 8 USC 1373.
That's not a
This law
Supreme Court
prohibits
case.
The restriction.
What's the Supreme Court case, ma'am? Ma'am, what's the Supreme Court case? Are you there?
Yeah. Hello, can you hear me?
What's the Supreme Court case?
Which one?
The one you just said that the Supreme Court ruled on.
Well, there's multiple.
Then give me one of them.
San Francisco versus Trump is one.
San Francisco versus Trump. So San Francisco sued Trump to make sanctuary cities illegal. That's what you're telling me.
Trump cut off the funding of San Francisco. They took it to court, and then the court found that it was operating illegally.
Oh, okay. I would love to see that. By the way, you're fabricating that 100%.
It's not a fabrication. It was San Francisco Affirmative Litigation Project.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't care that illegals are leaving the country or need deportation. You just care at the method that it's done.
Shh. Mm-hmm. In October 2025, CAC filed an amicus brief in support of the plaintiffs. So in support of San Francisco, urging the court to deny the pending motion to dismiss. Our brief made the 2 points. First, the Constitution's separation of powers prohibits the president from refusing to spend federal funds to further his own policies. Second, Dalton versus Specter does not bar the plaintiff's separation of powers and spending clause claims premise that the president's unconstitutional withholding of federal funds. The defendants misread Dalton's holding that all executive actions are excess of statutory authority and are not ipso facto constitutional to mean that no executive action in excess of statutory authority is ever constitutional.
That's not what that says.
Yep. And if there was an amicus brief in 2025, I don't even think the Supreme Court has ruled on it yet.
Then that's my point. It hasn't even been ruled on.
Then the
according
Supreme,
to you.
if the Supreme Court hasn't ruled on it, then how have they said it's illegal?
The Supreme Court has said in multiple different cases that sanctuary cities, again, you cannot take federal taxpayer-funded money.
I'm not talking
to
about
evade
federal
illegals.
taxpayer money. I
If
am
illegals
asking
aren't entitled
for
to welfare.
ma'am. You are on my live and you are literally fabricating in front of all these people, okay, a Supreme Court decision that does not exist, okay, saying that sanctuary cities are illegal. You are fabricating this point in front of all of our faces. And instead of just admitting that you are lying through your fucking teeth, you would rather just sit here and try to move. I'm not going to let you pivot from that. Okay? It's not going to happen. Okay? What Supreme Court decision said that sanctuary cities are illegal?
I just gave you the U.S. code that says it.
That is not a Supreme Court case. You said the Supreme Court said it. You said those words with your mouth. The Supreme Court made a decision that sanctuary cities were illegal. That's what you said. Did you or did you not? And don't lie.
Yes,
there's a whole bunch of people listening.
Yes, they have.
Okay, what case? Final time I'm asking you, because it's literally been like 10 times that I've asked you and you have not given it to me. It's getting annoying. What case?
In March of 2021, the U.S. Supreme Court dismissed cases regarding the Trump-era efforts to withhold federal funding from sanctuary jurisdictions, effectively leaving in lower place case rulings favored by the cities, but they were not prohibited to use federal funding to aid and abet illegals. It's right there. And then it says in the Trump administration's issued executive order.
You really need to get off of you really need to get off. You really need to get off AI. You really do. Okay? What you just said is a ruling on the Supreme. Yes, it is. I know. I talk to people literally every day. Okay? I know what people reading AI sounds like. Okay? I've done this for way too long.
You don't care that there's mass deportation?
No, you mean back to you trying to move your point. Okay? Let me correct you, okay? That is not the Supreme Court ruling that sanctuary cities are illegal. That's not that. Even if that was if that case was correct in the way that you said it. They didn't find
in the favor of the city, as you just said.
Yeah, that case was dismissed.
They did, but the point was
they didn't find in favor of anyone.
Trump to court saying you can't cut off the federal funding.
It was dismissed. They didn't find in favor of anyone.
No, that's not correct.
But even
they
if
took
it
Trump
was,
to court claiming that he was illegally cutting off federal funds, and the Supreme Court didn't rule it that way.
Even if it was, that is not ruling that that sanctuary cities are illegal. Okay, that's
it's not finding
ruling
in their favor at the very minimum.
Not ruling in someone's favor and ruling that sanctuary cities are illegal are two incredibly different things.
Okay, so we can both agree that it didn't go in the city's favor when they tried to sit
you
there.
You fabricated a lie, and I want you to admit to that right now that you fabricated
they didn't find in favor of the city.
Situation. You fabricated a Supreme Court ruling to try to prove your point.
They found it why did they find it unlawful for the city then? Why did they rule in Trump's favor?
They found it unlawful
because they found the sanctuary cities unlawful. Unlawful.
Ma'am, what's the name of that case?
You just admitted it.
What's the name of the case?
Sanctuary City, San Francisco versus Trump, generally considered. I just literally read it off.
Mm-hmm.
The point is, they didn't find in favor of the city, as you said. You said that they found in favor of the cities. They did not. They found in favor of Trump because of their actions being illegal. It's illegal to evade illegal. It's all illegal. If you know someone is an illegal immigrant or someone has re-entered the country, if you've re-entered, that's considered a felony, and that's more than half of them. So my point to you is you don't care that the illegals are leaving. You just care at the method.
She left. I was on my phone. Sorry. I didn't cut her off. She left. Yes, the Supreme Court dismissed the federal government's challenge in San Francisco versus Trump March 2021, marking a final victory for the city. The dismissal followed a lower court ruling that the Trump administration could not lawfully withhold federal funding from sanctuary cities. I don't even know how she was able to try to figure out how to say that so incompetently. Like, I truthfully don't know how you can lie that hard. It's almost impressive. Anyways, y'all, thank you guys so much for being here. Y'all, please make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you'd like to support, I do have super chats. I have my live gift goal. I have all the pay links in the bio. So if you'd like support, I really appreciate that. I don't know where she ran off to. I guess she might have hit the same button she was muting herself with. Hey, let's thank you so much for the $2. I just wanted to say I'm sorry you had to hear that or any of that. Taylor said for the haircut fund, I do not want one. I'll get one when I'm ready. Luis, thank you so much for the $20. Says Trump is afraid he is losing in this election because every Republican that covers his tantrum are going to be held accountable. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because it's going to be so many impeachments. So many impeachments. Thanks, Luis. I appreciate that. Yeah, Taylor, we already had the whole haircut argument. I'm not going back and having that. So many impeachments. Brian, thank you so much for the $20. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Be great. Thank you so much. Said her brain has been redacted or wasn't there. Beat says, just got here. Shit's been wild today. Old MAGA dude called one of my trans coworkers an abomination by claiming to be an attorney, told me that low-income ethnics are why security is so high at our Walmart. Is that what I have in store for myself today? Is that what I have in store? Goodness gracious. Thank you so much, Beat. Delissa, thank you so much for the $10. A perfect example. I dump truck said, I love the poorly educated girl. Stop embarrassing yourself. That was pretty embarrassing. That was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. Y'all, thank you guys so much for the donations. I appreciate that. We're going to keep this thing going. I'm going to leave that up for a second while we keep this thing going. But yeah, that was, I didn't kick that woman. Trust me, her being that dumb is great for my viewership. I do not need to kick that whatsoever. That was rough. That was rough. Megs, also thank you so much for the $1 for the gifted membership. I appreciate that. This guy just said Jordan Barrett is a dumbass. Who's Jordan Barrett? Is Jordan Barrett someone in the chat? Hello, how are you?
I'm eating. What are you doing?
It's insane.
I'm not gonna...
That was strange. Did he butt dial me? Hello, how are you?
Oh, how's it going? I wanted to give my spiel on why I support Trump. I'm a New York City Democrat my whole life, but I'm a Trump supporter. I've been a Trump supporter. That's my premises for calling in.
All right, why do you still support Trump?
Because of sanctuary city laws where I live. We have over 700,000 illegal, undocumented. I say undocumented because I just want to keep the conversation going. I don't want to argue. Well, I call them illegal immigrants.
Yeah, you're wrong.
A lot of them, our largest population of foreigners in our prison system here in New York are Dominicans. And over 60% of them are undocumented who are incarcerated. That's just one example. But we also have crimes going on by the undocumented community that have risen over 105% since 2022.
Where are you getting
we've
that
had women
stat?
we've had women set on fire.
Hold up. Where have you? Where did
literally alive? The woman
Where
was
did you
alive.
find that stat?
I live here.
You live here, so you know that crime has gone up 105% by the undocumented immigrant and the undocumented immigrant population. Sorry, that's not how that
Yes.
works. If you're saying that something went up 105% across an entire city, then I need a statistic for that.
Well, I live in Manhattan, and in particular Midtown Manhattan, and that was the epicenter of where they were housed in the hotels, and so we had.
What does that have to do with anything?
Every single CVS has closed down.
What does that have to do with anything?
Every single business that had a policy of allowing people to rob stuff and walk out the door, which is CVS.
What does that have to do with
Walgreens.
anything, sir? None of this tells me where you got the statistic of 105%. That's all I'm asking for.
I got that. Oh, I got the statistic from the New York Post.
From the New York Post. That actually checks.
Yes.
Yes. So you got it from the tabloids.
I got it from the New York Post. I mean, I think
A tabloid.
It's the oldest newspaper in the country.
I doubt that. Nor do I even consider it a newspaper.
Okay.
I doubt the New York Post is the oldest newspaper in the country. That would be pretty crazy. And if it is, that's sad.
It would be top 5.
It's a literal tabloid, sir.
No, but it's in your perception, it's a tabloid, but historically, it's one of the top 5 oldest newspapers in the country.
I think you're confusing the New York Post with the New York Times.
No, I'm not.
I think you are.
Not. I mean, I don't know. You can Google like everybody
Sure.
else. But in any event, the reason why I am pro-Trump, and that's the premise of the conversation, is it's mainly because...
Oh, that's really sad. It is very old. That's really sad that it went so far down.
I beg your pardon?
It actually is really old. Yeah. It's just kind of sad how it's become a tabloid and not reliable.
Well, I mean, again, that's a personal opinion. Like
That's not a personal opinion, sir. That's just that they put out things that are provably
It's not a personal opinion
not
that
true.
you think it's sad that it's an old newspaper?
No, I think it's awesome that it's an old newspaper. It's sad that such an old newspaper sucks so bad at being honest.
And that would be a personal opinion.
That's not a personal opinion,
what
sir.
you
That
think.
they're literal
Everybody
articles.
thinks that.
They're
Everybody
literal.
thinks that.
No, sir.
They broke the Hunter Biden story. Everybody thinks that.
What Hunter Biden
Everybody
story?
thinks that it's a sad.
What Hunter Biden story?
Let's not get off.
There was a 2.5-year investigation where they found a singular gun charge on him. That's the story.
No, we're talking about the authenticity of the laptop, which is what
there is nothing with the laptop,
the New
sir.
York Post broke that story.
Nope, they
broke that
literally broke
There
a
was
story.
no laptop. It never existed.
Yes, yes, my laptop also existed. Do you not have a laptop,
Okay,
sir?
Cool.
You having a laptop
We're talking about
does
the
not mean that
contents
the
of
New
the
York Post
laptop.
story
You're being
is
childish.
accurate. No,
We're
sir,
talking about
you're
the
being
content
childish,
on the
sir.
laptop.
What
It
contents?
doesn't matter if somebody owns a
What
laptop.
contents?
It matters with the content.
What
that are on
contents?
the laptop. Correct.
What contents?
Are we going off on Hunter Biden now?
No,
or
we're
are we
talking about the
sticking
New
to-
York Post, sir. What contents?
Yes, the New York Post. The New York Post broke the story about the Hunter Biden laptop.
What contents?
What content was in the laptop? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Asking? Well, it was like hookers, smoking crack, also doing business with Burisma, having ties to China. Those were, that was the story of the laptop.
Sir,
Did you not hear the same
sir,
stuff?
the ties to China doesn't exist. The thing about
Okay,
Burisma, the thing
That's
about
fine.
the thing about Burisma was known for the last like 15 years.
Okay,
That's not
the
breaking
Burisma
a story.
No, that's cool. It means I'm just saying that they said that the laptop was a Russian propaganda, and then it ended up that that was his laptop, and the things on the laptop were authentic.
Yeah, nothing.
Right?
You're right, sir. The laptop was his laptop. Nobody denied that. And the authentic things that are on those laptops was he had a job.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
Okay, cool. He just had a job. All right, that's fine. I didn't really want to go on a hunt about it. I wanted
No,
to
sir,
stick
the
to
New York
topic
Post
of the
is
show.
not accurate. Okay, I'd
So
like to
I
pull up the
wanted to
stat.
say-
Let's see. New York Post. Let's
The
see.
New York Post was one of the oldest papers in the
Sir,
country.
being
which
old
you-
doesn't make it better.
Which you laughed at, and you said that wasn't true, and you laughed.
I said I
and
would be
you said, like,
surprised
oh my
if it
God.
was. Apparently, it's number
No, you
10.
didn't say you were surprised. You said you were sad. You said you were sad.
No, sir,
Never
I said I
surprised.
was sad that they're no longer a viable and good news source.
And you also
It's not
laughed at me
sad
when I
that
said
they're
You
old.
also laughed at me. You also laughed at me.
Yes, I'm
when
still
I said
trying
that.
really hard
Oh, you
not to
busted
continue
out
doing
laughing.
that.
When I said it was one
Yes,
of the
sir,
oldest
I'm still
newspapers in the
trying,
country, you
sir,
busted out
I'm
laughing.
still trying really hard not to continue doing that.
That's fine. I was sticking to the topic of the subject.
Okay.
Because it's your show.
Well, I'm
so,
letting you know
like,
right now that
respect
literally
what you do.
no one's statistic says what you said, okay?
Yeah, so the reason that I still support Trump is because, as we could see, like, Europe is also another thing with the mass migration. It's not good. Like, there's nothing good about it. And it's an obvious strategy by globalists, right? I believe, whether you agree with it or not, I believe that they want a one world currency. Not only do they want a one world currency, but they also want a mixture of cultures. They want everybody to be a mix of something.
It's insane.
You know, you can call it a mutt or whatever. And it's easier to control populations, you know, because as we can see right now, it's not sustainable dumping different cultures and different colors of cultures into predominantly white Christian countries.
Literally,
culture.
white Christian culture has caused some of the
Yes.
largest
Well, I
fucking
mean, I don't see
atrocities
white Christians
in the
moving
white
to
Christian
predominantly-
culture was what caused slavery. Chattel slavery in the United States. White Christian culture is what
Yes, white.
caused literal chattel slavery in the United States. White Christian
Well, you
culture
would be talking
is
about the
responsible for
Arab
the
slavery?
has
You would
been
be talking about the Arab slave trade, right?
sure
You're
they
talking
had
about the
some
Arab
too,
slave
but
trade?
the Arab slave trade didn't cause United States chattel slavery in the they had nothing to do with ours, right? Yeah,
Correct.
they caused the things like the Crusades, the Salem witch trials. That's white Christian culture also.
Yes, that's part of
Yeah.
it. I mean, that would be part of it. But there's
Yeah.
a lot of different parts of it too. You know, like just like you know, if you go
Like
to Africa,
like all the
and
all those white Christians in those churches that like to do things with children.
churches are a beautiful thing. Jesus Christ is a beautiful thing.
Do you really? That's why the priests like hanging out with choir boys too much.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Jesus Christ is a beautiful thing. We're all mortal sinners.
You know he wasn't white either, right?
No, well, we aspire. What we aspire to. Are we all white Christians bad preachers or priests? Are all white Christians bad?
Can I get 666 in the chat? You do know that you're saying white Christian culture while talking about Jesus, and Jesus
White
wasn't
Christian
white
culture is something
or a
to be
Christian.
very
Do you know
proud
that?
of.
Jesus wasn't white or a Christian.
I never said that.
So you're saying Jesus wouldn't be allowed in your worldview because you think that's most important for white Christians.
I really wouldn't worry about what Jesus's race was or what color he was.
Or religion.
I wouldn't worry about that. No, I wouldn't worry about that. I
Hmm.
wouldn't worry if he was brown, black, or white.
He was brown.
That's well, I accept it. I accept that.
Oh.
That's fine. He's still my.
So
he's
so
still
he's
my
the
Lord and
he's the
Savior.
one brownie
It's
you
the
don't have
kind
too
of
much of a
teacher.
problem with, right? He's that one brownie that'll be
son of
okay.
God. He's the son of God.
That one.
He absolved us of our sins.
Yeah, that one
He
little
died for us. He
brown
died
guy.
for
We'll
our
let that
sins.
one go.
It
We'll let
doesn't
that
matter
one
if he's
brown guy
brown.
go.
It doesn't matter if he's brown. He died for our sins. I love him just the same. I follow him just the same.
I wish some other people would start dying for your sins.
Well, I mean, I think you are a little hung up on race. more so than others. I don't mind if Jesus was brown. That doesn't bother me.
You just
What
literally
I
sat
do-
here and talked about the mixing of cultures and the white Christian culture, and I'm the one talking about
Yes.
race.
Yes, yes. The white Christian culture is something to be proud of.
The white
Something to be
Christian
very proud
culture
of.
does not exist.
I believe that God gave us all a piece of land. I believe that God gave the Irish a small island that were white people, and they were white Christians.
Nope,
I
that
believe
was
that
the
God-
Vikings that did that.
Yeah. No. The Vikings had their own land. That was in Denmark, up in Norway.
And then they went to
Sweden.
the UK
God gave
Isles,
them-
and then
God
they went and
gave them
fought
their
and
piece
killed
of
a whole
land.
bunch of people.
God gave-
And
that's
then
a
it
man
separated
thing.
the land
That's
and
a man
created
thing.
Ireland.
That's
And then
men-
and then
that's
that one
men
dude from
going out.
Braveheart
No,
rode
no,
a
no,
horse.
no.
That helped
God
Ireland a
didn't-
lot too.
God-
Or was that
are you saying
Scotland?
that-
Shit, that might have been
that God
Scotland.
ordered the Vikings?
Fuck.
Are you saying that the Vikings?
No, I'm saying your God
were,
doesn't
were
exist.
ordered by God's will?
No, I'm
Are you
saying that your
the
God doesn't
Vikings
exist.
Were ordered by God's will?
No,
go and conquer and
I'm
slaughter?
saying your God doesn't
Well, I think
exist.
that me and you have a different perception of God.
We do.
I
You think
me and
he
you have a different
you-
perception. Are you a Muslim?
you think he exists and I don't. That's a very different
Are
perception.
you a Muslim?
No,
Do you
Muslims
believe that
actually
God
think
is a God of peace or a God of war.
actually
Do you think
Muslims
he's a God of peace or a God of war?
Muslims worship
Do you
the
think
same
he
God
would've
you do.
chosen, do you think God would have chosen a former warlord as his prophet, or a virgin son, a son of a virgin mother?
Probably a warlord
Who was-
based on the
who
Bible.
was all indebted to peace his whole life.
Actually, according
What
to
do
the
you
Old
think?
Testament, it would probably
What
be
do
a
you think?
warlord.
What sounds more like the Almighty
The
to you?
warlord.
What sounds like more like
I'm
the
literally
prophet
answering
of
your
the
question.
Almighty
Can
to
you did you lose your hearing aids?
No, never.
Literally, according to the Old Testament, it would have been the warlord. You know, like when God tells
Well, we're not talking
tells
about
them
the
like
Old
to go out and
Testament.
kill the Amalekites and murder all of them, men, women,
Jesus
children,
was a warlord.
like all of
Oh,
those
okay.
things.
You're teaching
Or
us something now.
This
No,
you
new
said
history
God.
on your show.
You said
This is
God.
new history on your show.
We are. We're doing biblical history right now.
Jesus was a warlord.
We're doing. I didn't
that
say
what you're
Jesus was a
saying?
warlord, sir. You said your question was not, was Jesus a warlord? Your question was, would God have chosen someone of peace or a warlord? And the Bible, okay, if you read it, would mean it would more likely that he chose a warlord than he would someone of peace.
Oh, for
Okay. He literally ordered freaking the
Okay.
Israelites to go out and murder
Yes,
and
he
kill
would.
all sorts of people. Yeah. Women,
Yeah.
children,
Yes.
all sorts of
he
people. Wipe out
probably
entire
would've-
freaking
if
peoples.
God would have if God would have had a choice, he probably would have chose a Puerto Rican from the Bronx who was good with the knife game, with the blade game, to be his prophet. That's probably what God would have chosen, according to you. As long as the Puerto Rican
Sir,
came from
sir,
the
how
Old
old are
Testament,
you?
believed in the Old
Sir,
Testament,
how old are you?
he could be a prophet of God as long as he was good with the knife game. You heard? Like, get the fuck out of here. You want to dodge from the subject.
All right, I'm just gonna mute him, y'all. So to save you guys, sir, be quiet.
Stop MAGA, my nigga. You is never going to stop MAGA. You ain't going to stop deportations. You ain't
Kids.
going to stop MAGA.
Guys,
you ain't going to stop
Don't
shit.
do drugs.
You heard?
Don't
you
do
are
drugs,
so full of
okay?
shit and
Kids, this.
easily defeated.
Jeez, I have to
Easily-
mute you because you're screaming. Kids. This is your brain on drugs. Okay? This is what happens. This is what happens when you start to support MAGA. This is what your brain does. Okay? Do you hear how loud he is? This is what happens, okay, when you start to support MAGA. All right? Is your brain just starts rotting. It's all the evil it starts to rot you from the inside, and then you end up like this guy. I literally have him muted coming through the computer. You are hearing him through my headphones. This is what I'm having to hear. Okay? Isn't this wild? Oh, he hung up. Oh, thank God. Someone please go check on your MAGA grandpa. Okay? Holy shit. Yo, please make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Follow, subscribe, turn on notifications. We do this. I think we're gonna start going to 5 days a week that we're gonna start doing this. I think that's what we're gonna be doing. But that's your MAGA Christian love. So in case anyone was wondering, if you like to support, I do have super chats, pay links in the bio. They're all at Poly Politics. Trying to finish off the sunglasses over here. So if you guys like to support, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I'm not going to hit all the super chats right now. I will come back and get all of them. Betty said, get Grandpa out of the medicine cabinet. Lovely said he was better off saying that he got his source from the National Enquirer. I just should have thrown some of these up. He then said, Jesus and penis is all they ever talk about. Thanks, Ethan. I appreciate that. Jesus and penis. If they're not talking about Jesus, they're talking about male genitalia. That's the damn truth. That's the damn truth. Thank you so much. And Luis said, don't mess with Puerto Rican dumb racist. By the way, Bad Bubby is going to perform. Bad Bunny is going to perform the Super Bowl. That dude is pissed that Bad Bunny's performing at the Super Bowl. But make sure when you're watching the Super Bowl with your MAGA friends, make sure they don't miss Green Day before the show starts, because I have a feeling that's going to be a good one. By the way, they don't play around when it comes to politics. I'll tell you that much. Tatted says, as a Rican, I find it strange loving someone that called the island trash and is held back aid is super odd. 100%. Call them literal like trash people. Crazy. And Brian, thank you so much for the $50 super chat. Thank you so much, Brian. I really appreciate all of those. Y'all, can you all please do me a favor and give me huge W's in the chat for everybody who just supported? That really, really means a lot. Thank you guys so much, especially Brian and the Puerto Ricans that were coming in here. If I didn't hit your super chat, sorry. I'm trying to get things moving since I got on late here. But I will go back and address all of them, I promise you guys. So thank you so much, all right? Hello, how are you? Oh, thank you guys so much for the sunglasses, too. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for the sunglasses, too. I appreciate that. Right up there. Hello, how are you?
I'm pretty good.
Hi, how old are you? I don't know what's going on right now. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
24.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yes.
Why is that?
Okay.
I'm pretty sure these are the kids that are supposed to be watching that grandpa. I'm not positive.
Oh, there we go. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, I can hear you already, dumbass. I can hear you already, dumbass. Hello?
Hello. Yes, hello.
Hi, how old are you?
30.
Do you still support Trump? Do you still support Trump?
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, why not? So far, he's doing a pretty decent job, not bending to...
I'll move on to the next caller. Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm excellent. How old are you?
39.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yes.
Awesome. Why is that?
Honestly, I don't really have a reason anymore, per se. I just wanted to call in and tell all the other guys that, hey, I voted for him and I fucked up.
Yeah, but that's okay. You weren't alone. Lots of people did.
Well, we were duped.
No, you guys just don't listen. Or use your eyes. But I'm glad you did. I'm glad you're over here.
Well, I don't know. For me, it was kind of a lack of options. I really didn't care for either side of it.
Yeah, sir, that's not a good enough excuse. Sorry.
How is that not a good...
Because Donald Trump was literally a felon and a rapist. and you still voted for him. So when it comes to options, everybody was better.
Yeah, but the whole government's shit.
Now, there's the whole government being shit, and then there's Trump, who's still worse.
Well, they're all pretty bad if you ask me.
They can all be pretty bad, and Donald Trump is still worse. By a long shot.
Just who did he rape?
E. Jean Carroll, but that's the only one we know. We have, open court records about. There's a whole bunch more that he settled outside of court. Plus, he brags about it, so. Should have been a big sign when he, said he had sex in common with his daughter. But anyways, you moved over. Glad you're here. I'm just kind of giving you some things to think about next time there's an election. Oh, he ran away. I was just giving you some things to think about next time there's an election. To maybe kind of, think about it a little bit more. Hello, how are you?
What's up?
Hi, how old are you?
41.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
You say what?
Do you still support Trump?
Yep.
Awesome. Can we get this thing up to 150,000 likes? I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. We should way be there already. Awesome. Why is that?
You say, why do I support Trump?
Yeah.
I feel like he's a family man. I think he stands on morals. I think that, hello? Did you hang up?
No, I'm here, unfortunately. I should have hung up.
You should have hung up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's no nonsense.
How you can say he's a family man, dude? He literally cheated on his first wife with his second wife. His second wife was a third wife with his third wife. His third wife with a porn star while she was pregnant. Right?
Oh, uh-huh.
And how exactly is that being a family man?
Well, I won't say family man, but I think he leans more towards a traditional family value.
Yeah, that super traditional family of mail order brides and porn stars.
So, what he do with his personal life don't have nothing to do with anything.
You're literally bringing up things that only have to do with people's personal life.
No, you asked me why do I like Trump?
Yeah, and you could have picked policy, right? Instead, you chose his morals and his family life.
Yeah, well,
only his personal
let me rephrase
things.
It.
Yeah.
I would say the way he conducts himself and the way he look out for Americans and the way he stand against, gays and all that crazy stuff that's going on, that leans more towards my values.
You mean standing up for Americans, like stealing $10 billion from them?
Okay, what $10 billion from, like, how?
He's literally currently suing the IRS for $10 billion.
Insane.
Okay, I'll sue the IRS too. They ain't nothing but thieves anyway.
Yeah, but you're not the president, sir. If you sue the IRS, then you have to fight the government. If the government sues the IRS, they are just stealing.
If the government sues the IRS, they're stealing.
Yes, because they're in charge of the Treasury Department and they're taking money from the Treasury Department to put in their own bank accounts.
Oh, okay. So that's what we're doing.
No,
so,
that's what Trump's doing. I don't have the ability to do that. I'm not president.
Oh, okay. Well, since you got so much negative to say, what is he not doing right?
I'll start with by stealing $10 billion from the government.
That you have no proof. That's not proof. That's just hearsay. That's your opinion.
They literally filed it like today or yesterday.
I know he filed it. I know he's suing for $10 billion, but that's not stealing. It's a lawsuit.
What about the $230 million that he sued the Justice Department for? That literally he's in charge of the settlement.
Okay. Well, can you sue illegally?
You can settle without figuring out whether it's legal or not.
No, I asked you a question. Can you sue illegally?
Can you sue illegally? Technically, yeah.
Oh, how?
Because filing a lawsuit isn't legal or illegal.
So filing a lawsuit isn't legal?
It's not legal or illegal.
Legal or illegal? You don't make no sense whatsoever. So
yeah.
So
filing a lawsuit has nothing to do with anything, sir. Yeah.
Who will allow you to?
I can
file a lawsuit
I
illegally?
can sue my dog, right? It's not going to go anywhere, but I can do it, right?
Okay. Well, since he's stealing, we can assume that it's not going to go anywhere, right?
It doesn't have
According
to,
to what you just said.
because you can settle lawsuits.
Or you want him to settle it. But if it's illegal anyway, why would you settle anything?
Because he's the one that decides whether they settle.
Oh, okay. All you doing
So
is just trying to keep
he's
looping it around.
Sir, because that's the whole point. The entire point of this conversation is that it's looping around. That's the whole point. The whole point is that Donald Trump is suing the Justice Department, which he's in control of. So he decides whether a settlement is paid out to himself.
So he's in charge of the Justice Department.
Yes.
Is that his title? Is that in his title? In the presidency,
It's
in
in
that
the
executive
Constitution.
seat, he's in charge of the justice system.
In the Constitution, yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, bring it up. I want to see it.
You want me to bring up the Constitution?
Yeah, bring it up.
Dude.
Bring it up. Let's read it. We can read it together.
Sir, as almost amusing as this is almost amusing, okay? It is not my job to teach you a middle school civics class.
No.
Okay?
No. You
It's
should have
truly,
no problem pulling
truly
it
not.
up.
Okay?
You should
It's
have
truly
no
not.
problem pulling it up.
Sir, I have no problem pulling up many things, but I'm not, just because I have no problem doing something doesn't mean I'm going to. Okay?
Yeah,
I have
just
to
like
have
somebody
some sort of limit with y'all.
Somebody can sue their dog.
I have to have some type of limit with y'all. Okay?
Y'all?
Yeah.
And I guess you're a Democrat, huh?
Nope.
So what are you?
Polly.
Huh?
I'm Polly. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I figured you won't say you're a Democrat because you can only, let me tell you, that's what y'all do. Y'all detach yourself away from that party because you know that's an easy dub because y'all loony and y'all psychotic. So therefore, y'all like to claim, oh, I'm an independent, or I'm just Polly my ass. That Are you from America?
Oh, I actually wasn't part of the Constitution. That was established in Congress in 1870. Sorry, I was late on that one.
No. Say it again.
I said it actually wasn't in the Constitution. It was established by Congress in 1870.
Yeah, all right. Just like I thought. I knew the answer.
Just like you thought?
I knew the answer. I was just waiting for you to pull it up.
Oh my God, you're an actual moron. You're an actual, like, real stupid person.
Yeah, you're right.
Like you're an actual true stupid person.
Established by Congress, right? So the president is over Congress. What is Congress over? Matter of fact, tell me what is Congress over? What is Congress over?
Nope, not doing this with you. That was an actual stupid person. Like, that hurt my head. Y'all hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We're going to try to get into a real conversation over here. Hello, how are you? Thanks, Dragon.
How you doing? How you doing?
Doing well. How old are you?
38.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Why is that?
Trump. I feel like Trump is the right man for the job. We can't have any more of this buffoonery that's going on with the Democrats, because Biden, if Kamala would have won, we would no longer have a country anymore.
And why do you say that?
Because there's no country without any borders.
Kamala Harris had an extensive plan to freaking do way more for the borders than Donald Trump has done.
After they already did the damage,
What damage did she do?
They allowed all these immigrants to come into our country.
How did Kamala Harris do that?
What do you mean? She was supposed to be the border czar.
Nope, she was not.
Yes, she was supposed to be the border czar.
Nope.
Look it up.
I
Pull it
have extensively. I can pull it up in literally 3 seconds because I have it saved where it proves that she was never the border czar. Like it literally
job when
I can
Biden
literally do
made
this
her-
so fast.
when
It's not
Biden
even
made
fucking
her
funny, sir.
Vice president, when Biden made her vice
Watch.
president,
Click,
one
click,
of
click,
her,
and it's done. And it's already up.
when Biden gave her her position.
Nope, you said
her
to pull it
position
up,
was
sir.
Supposed to be. Her
You said
position
pull
was
it up.
Supposed to be border czar.
Nope. It's supposed to be vice president.
And vice presidents have responsibilities that the president gives them.
No, they can accept responsibility that the president gives them.
Anyways,
What is the job of the vice president according to the Constitution?
Why don't you like Trump? Let me ask you, why don't you like Trump?
Yeah, sir, I asked you a question. What is the job of the vice president of the United States according to the Constitution of the United States?
In my opinion, whatever the job entails, whatever it entails.
Yeah, but that's not what the
Whatever-
Constitution says.
whatever-
So I'm not
whatever
asking
needs
what
to
you
get
what
done,
your
needs to
opinion
get
is,
done.
sir. Sir, I'm not asking what your opinion is because your opinion doesn't run this country. I'm asking you what the Constitution says.
You're wrong. You're wrong on that. You're wrong on that. As a people,
Wrong.
all of our opinions matter.
No, it
And
doesn't.
we-
See,
and-
that's where y'all got confused. I think Trump is a product of this participation trophy thing. Like, no, your
that's you
opinion
guys.
doesn't
That's
mean
you feminine men
no,
that
that's
think that way.
you. That's you. You're over here
That's
like
you
everybody's
feminine.
opinion matters. No, it fucking doesn't. That is the
That-
dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life.
That's
Just because
you, a
everybody
feminine
can
man.
have an opinion and most
Well,
of y'all
I
are
wanna
really
trophy
wrong
just because I was
most
on
of the
team,
fucking
but I
time.
came in last place. But I
Yes,
still
I'm
want a
aware you
trophy.
came in last place, sir. You don't even have to tell me what it was about, okay?
I'm talking about you. That's how you people think.
Sir, Donald Trump literally just got given a participation Nobel Peace Prize.
He deserved it. How many wars did he stop?
Did he win it?
How many did that? How many?
Did he win it?
Because it was.
Did he win it?
The people that hand them out.
Did he win
are
it?
People that think like you. So that
Did he win
have
it?
That Trump syndrome.
Hey, did he win it?
It was rigged.
Did he win it?
He deserved it.
Did he win it?
He deserved it.
That's not what I'm asking you. I'm going to keep asking you until you say yes or no. Did he win it?
Listen, for thousands of years.
Sir,
it doesn't matter.
Shh. Did he win it? Yes or no?
No, he did not win.
Okay, so then when he got it and took the little picture, and was like, "Oh, look,
No,
it
he
was
did
so
not.
cute" or whatever.
He didn't
That
take
was
it.
literally him getting a Nobel Peace Prize
didn't
participation
take it.
trophy, which
He
is
was
actually
given that.
really funny because it was right after he got his little FIFA Peace Prize, which was his first participation trophy. Then he had to get a participation trophy that didn't even have his name on it. It had someone else's name on it, right? Just so he could feel special like he won. And now his followers like you, right, think that all of your opinions matter. And I just want to be very, very clear. Okay? Sir, your opinion doesn't matter. Okay? Most people's opinion doesn't matter. Okay? It just truly doesn't. I'm sorry to let you know that. Okay? But just because you have an opinion doesn't mean that it matters. Okay? Because the Constitution of the United States says what the roles and responsibilities of the vice president are. Okay? And your opinion on what her roles are doesn't really mean anything when the Constitution lines it out. So, what are the roles and responsibilities of the vice president of the United States per the Constitution? Go.
Whatever the job entails, whatever is needed to get
Nope,
done.
that's
To be
the
honest,
incorrect
I don't know.
answer.
To
Okay?
be honest,
The correct
listen,
answer.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know line by line what it entails.
No, I will tell
But
you. That's fine.
Whatever.
I will just
whatever
answer the
it
question for you,
entails,
sir. Sir,
you
I'll
have
just
to get
answer
it
the
done.
question for you. It makes it a lot easier if I just answer the question for you. Okay? Yeah. Her job is to be the tie-breaking vote in the Senate. Okay? If there's ever a tie. And her second job is to stay alive and not die just in case something happens to the president. Okay. Those are her two and any vice president's roles and responsibilities. Now, in certain cases, they do take on things, just like Kamala Harris did have some role in immigration while she was president. That is very true, right? But she was not the border czar. Okay. She did not allow all of these people in here. Okay. Those things are just things that did not happen in real life. Okay. What she did have is a comprehensive plan to actually fix our immigration system and our borders significantly.
It's insane.
Are you still there, sir?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Hello? My phone broke up there for a second.
Of course it did. Why would you want to accidentally learn something?
Oh man. You guys, the Democrats are ridiculous, man. You guys are really are. When you guys got something good, you guys want to make situations more complicated. If you just let the man do what he has to do, as what he's doing, Donald Trump's doing a great job. But you guys want anarchy, and you guys want to destroy the country, make it back to what how Biden had it. Look at your other president.
Sure.
Bill
Again,
Clinton.
I'm not,
happen to
sir.
him?
I'm not a Democrat. Okay.
Do you stand for Bill Clinton?
I don't stand
What
for
do you think about
anyone
him?
because I'm not a Democrat.
Well, you sound like a Democrat.
And you sound like an idiot.
It's insane.
Or all your talking points are for Democrats. Like, well, if you're not for Trump, then what are you then?
Democracy,
That's what, like, the last caller said?
humanity,
The last caller said?
empathy,
The last caller said?
progressive policies like, universal health care and, free
Who gonna
child
pay for
care,
it?
free
Who's gonna pay for
pre-K,
it?
free
Let me ask
school
you a question.
lunches.
Let me ask you a question.
I'm for all of those things. Yeah.
Immigrant could come, jump the wall, break her leg, or have a baby here. Who flips the bill? We flip the bill. Is that fair?
They flip their own bill.
Is that fair?
No, they flip their own bill. In
No,
the
they
last
don't flip
trackable
their
year,
own.
undocumented immigrants paid almost $100 billion in taxes, and they only took like $33 billion in federal taxes.
That's bullshit, man. That's bullshit.
Well, I'm sorry. You're going to have to argue with the IRS then.
That's bullshit.
Well, again, you're going to have to argue with the IRS then, sir. That's not my statistic.
You know how many immigrants I know? They stay in hiding. They work under the table.
2.
And they work under the table.
1.
And then what they love to do, their favorite thing to do is to send their money back to their country.
Yeah, I know lots of white American people who work under the table.
Not too many.
I know
Not too
plenty,
many.
actually.
Not too many.
Yeah, a whole bunch of them. Yeah.
If you're American, there's not. Why would you work under the table?
Because you
Why
don't
would
want to
you?
pay taxes.
If
There's one thing Americans hate doing, it's paying taxes. We
No,
have a
you're
whole,
right, 'cause I don't
we
like
had a
paying
whole
taxes either.
event about it with like the Boston Tea Party, like the Declaration of Independence, like no taxes without representation. Like literally us paying taxes is like the one thing that we hate. We hate paying taxes. And, in certain parts we hate
If you let Donald Trump cook, we may not have to pay taxes anymore. He mentioned that. He mentioned that.
and how's
I
that
live
going to
in-
work, sir?
I-
We have
I
the most
live in the
expensive
States.
military on the planet that's larger than the next 7 countries combined. How are we going to
Okay,
pay
so
for
what?
that with no taxes?
Are you against the military now?
No,
The
I'm
forces?
actually for the military. You're saying that we're not going to pay taxes anymore. And if we don't pay taxes, how are we going to pay for that really expensive military?
I mean, we're still going to pay. I agree. We're still paying taxes by if you go to the store.
You
buy
just said
something.
Donald Trump said, I'm not going to have to pay tax anymore. I got excited.
Like the end of the year taxes. Like I'm talking in that aspect. Like if you go to the store, okay, you could whenever you buy something, I agree that they should add tax. Okay, yeah, I agree. But I don't think there should be. I agree with you on that. There shouldn't be. We shouldn't pay taxes, but there has to be a way where we have to pay. We can't just expect everything to just be given to us.
Sir,
That's not
if
how the
we
world
just
works.
moved to only sales tax, then every single time you bought a dozen eggs, it would be $200. It would be $4 for the wholesale price of the eggs and $196 in taxes.
If America stopped being the police of the world, we wouldn't have to pay so many.
Donald
taxes.
Trump just put boots on the ground in Nigeria.
Okay. Because they're killing Christians over there.
I thought you didn't want to be the police of the world, so why do I care?
It's insane.
I don't know, man.
You just said we don't want to be the police of the world.
Yeah, we don't want
And
to be
now
the
you're
police of the world.
advocating
I
for us
agree.
being the police of the
No,
world.
I agree
Which
with
one
you.
is it?
No, I had to think about that for a second. I'm not gonna lie. I'm man enough to say I had to think about that for a second. We shouldn't be policing the world at all. We shouldn't be policing the world at all. If it's not in our borders, it's not my problem.
Okay, so you're against
It's not
Donald
my
Trump
problem.
for putting boots on the ground in Nigeria then?
Yeah, I'm against it.
Good
I'm
job.
against it. I'm against it.
Yeah. By the way, that whole they're killing Christians thing is a lie. Well, not exactly a lie.
That is not.
It's
that-
not
what you
exactly a
just said
lie.
is a
Hold
lie.
on.
What
Hold
you
on. Let
just
me
said is a lie.
clarify it. They are killing Christians. They're also killing Muslims and everybody else that's in their fucking way. They're just killing a whole bunch of people.
No, that's not. That's
That
not
is what's happening. Yep, they're
That's
just
not what's
they're
happening.
killing farmers in certain areas, which is
Look at all the-
horrific, which is horrible. I'm not saying it's not horrible. It's not
You know what's
good
crazy? You know what's
to be
crazy?
killing
How
people and
come-
stuff like that, but it's not
how come-
specifically
how come
targeting
the
Christians.
Democrats don't-
They're
don't
killing
stand up?
just as many Muslims as they are Christians.
You notice how all the Democrats and all the liberals were going for Palestine. But how
I'm
come they're not saying? How come they're not saying anything about all the stuff that's happening in Iran now? Now that Iran, the people of Iran, will
I am. It's
protest.
horrible.
How-
I talk about
how
it
come
almost
they're not-
nightly.
How come they're not saying anything about that in the news?
They are.
Because it's not fitting the agenda that they want. They want
Nope,
to talk
it's in the news all the time.
about. No, it's not.
I literally was reading things on the news on literally today.
When we were in that when Israel was bombing Iran, Palestine, it was they were talking about it nonstop. Oh, the Muslim. But now that the Iran, you know why? Because Iran,
You know, the
It's
people in Iran are also Muslims, right?
the people, yes, I know
The
that.
people
But
in both
the
of
thing-
those
the thing
countries are
about
Muslim,
Iran-
so I don't
Yeah,
know.
The thing about Iran has a big flip going on right now where everyone's converting to Christianity. That's why they're not talking about it in the news.
I don't know if that's actually true or not, but that has nothing to do with why they're not talking about it on the news.
Yes,
Because there's also
exactly why.
Christians in Palestine that were getting murdered, and also they're talking about it on the news. So I don't know what either of those two things have to do with it. Because one, there's Christians in Palestine, and we were complaining about that also, and two, they're talking
the
about it on the
Democrats-
news. It's literally on the news every single day.
The Democrats control the masses of what you see on TV and on the news.
No,
If it's not about something about a faggot or immigrants, they won't talk about it.
wow, with the slurs too, huh?
Yeah, with the
Sir,
slurs.
I literally read it on a whole bunch of left-leaning news sources today. Okay? I literally read something about Iran almost every single day. Like, what was the significant thing that happened with Iran today, sir?
Who knows? I don't know. They don't talk.
You don't
about
know?
it.
Well,
That's my
I know
point.
about it because I read it on the news because I got about 30 notifications for it.
Yeah, I know that Trump has some ships on the way over there and getting ready, and they wanted to make a deal.
Sir, it sounds like you just don't know much.
Listen, I'm so over it. It's unreal. Like
Yeah, over learning or understanding or knowing anything sounds like
No.
it, sir.
the
Literally
times- the times that-
today,
times
the
that we're living
USS
right now is
Abraham
unreal.
shot down an Iranian drone. That literally happened today. It was on every single news agency. And then when you went past that headline and went further down, then it went into all the context of everything. And we can go into like all of it and all sorts of stuff, but your entire lie. Okay, this whole lie about, oh, they're not talking about it. Literally everyone's talking about it, sir. They're literally talking about it all day long, every day. Like legitimate. Like it has literally become the thing that is talked about probably more than anything right now. So I don't know what you're talking about. I think you just need to read more. Okay?
It's like the same thing that's happening in Minnesota right now.
Holy pivot.
Yeah, you guys control the masses of everything that comes out in the news. If there's anything at all good about Trump or anything at all, you don't hear anything about it on TV or the news unless you're watching something like Fox or you guys, anything good that comes from the Republican Party or comes good from Trump, you guys don't talk about it at all.
What good thing?
What do you mean, what good thing? You don't think Trump is doing an excellent job? He's the best president we ever had.
What good thing?
Listen, when an artist is painting, how old are you?
Shit. Fucking too old to be having this conversation with you.
You must be a kid or something. Listen, when an artist is painting, do you judge the painting in the middle of the painting? No, you don't. You wait till the art is done.
If
after it's done, then you judge it.
If he's supposed to be painting and he starts peeing on the canvas, then yes, I start judging the painting immediately.
That's not what's happening.
And that's what Donald Trump has done. He peed on the canvas, then started breaking it in half, all right, and then set it on fire. Okay. And literally at the end of it, we're just going to have a piss-filled canvas. The canvas represents our country, by the way. We're just going to have a canvas with a whole bunch of piss on it. Right, and then it's gonna be like, oh, democracy's gone, stuff like that.
Liberals want to cause mayhem and then try to come and fix it later on. And when they try to fix it, it's gonna be too late. Mayhem already started and went crazy.
Donald Trump just farted, burped, and pissed himself on the canvas, and these guys want me to give credit to him.
I don't understand what's wrong with the liberals. And first, sometimes you need tough love. You need tough love to fucking.
Yeah, and I really wish your parents had done that.
Trust me, I got enough of it. Okay. I'm not like these faggot liberals that want mayhem and want to have a fucking war or civil war in the country. Nobody wants a fucking civil war.
No, sir. I just want democracy.
Yeah, your democracy is by having two faggots kissing and
bro. I know you just want to yell slurs, but you're gonna have to stop now. Okay.
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with yelling slurs? I don't want to hear them anymore.
There's no slurs.
Yes, there is. And you've already said it 3 times. The first 2 times I let it go because I know just like morons like you can't help yourself. All right. But the 3rd time now I'm saying something. I don't want to hear it again. Okay. And if you do it again, then I'll just hang up, which I think is what you want me to do. Okay.
Your feelings are going to get hurt. Your feelings are going to get hurt.
No, sir. I'm just going to move on to someone else.
Like Tucker, when Tucker was on that one interview, you heard him that one interview. He was like faggot. What's wrong with that? I freedom of speech.
All right, I told you I was gonna move on. He was trying to do that. That was on purpose. That was on purpose. He was trying to get my live taken down, and he did over there. That's okay. It'll come back in a second. I'm not too worried. Chris, thank you so much for the $5. Says we have a celebrity on the line, the main character from Uncle Juan's Cabin. Sorry, not sure if this is offensive, but a caller's giving it. I don't know who that is, to be completely honest with you. I have no idea who that is. So if that's offensive, I'm not really sure. Well, they try to do stuff like that, try to get lives taken down, and it works sometimes. He got me over there. It's okay. It don't bother me. Delissa, thank you so much for the $20. Says Paulie, thank you for the MAGA brain cult crash out entertainment. The MAGA brain cult idiots are on full display because they have nothing but goofy laughs, word salads, yelling curses, words. Keep them coming. I'm going to keep going. No, I'm going to do that. That's too easy. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you. And Chris, thank you so much for the $2. At this point, these people are just stupid or just dumb. Yeah, it's getting kind of annoying tonight. They're kind of sad. But regardless, we're gonna keep this thing going to move on to the next caller. I really appreciate you guys. Sorry, I have to go over and submit an appeal over here because people are over here being stupid. Hello, how are you?
Doing well, Paulie. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
30.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yes.
Awesome. Why is that?
Well, I mean, like I was saying earlier, he's not bending over backwards for the rest of the world like most of the past few presidents have been
You were
doing.
just on here. Why are you calling back? That's weird, dude. Hello, how are you?
Fuck ICE. fuck Trump.
Hello, how are you?
Hey,
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 25 years old.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump? You still support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. Why is that?
I'm a fan of what he's done with immigration. I'm a fan of what he's done with stopping, our youth getting transgender surgeries. Economically, I'm very happy with what he's done. I just think he's done a lot of great stuff all around. And yeah, he's not perfect. He's done some things I disagree with for sure. But you're never going to have a candidate who is, checks all the boxes.
Yeah, so you just chose the one that chose inhumanity, lack of empathy, racism, xenophobia, killing people.
What does he do
like
that's racist?
See, I knew you were going to pick that out. Why do you guys hear all of those words I just say and go to racist?
Because I don't think he's racist.
But you think he's the rest of those things?
No, well, we can go over those after.
No, we're not going to go over those after those. I wasn't even done with my list. I want to know why whenever I give that giant list of horrible things that people shouldn't be, you being MAGA always just go, well, I don't think he's racist. But what about fucking all the other shit I said? Why do you guys only concentrate on that one?
Go ahead. Restart with your list.
No.
I'm sorry for interrupting.
I'm not interested. I want to know the answer to my question.
Why what? Why
do you guys ignore the entire rest of the list and just go to racist?
Well, to be honest, that was the second one you said. I can't even remember.
It was
what
the
first
fifth.
One was. It was. I mean,
I literally every single time I do this, I delay it to as long in the list as I possibly can, just to hear you guys stop me at it because it's just funny at this point.
All right. Well, here I'll give you the exact reason why I disagree with you, or why I fight back on that one. Is because I don't think he's racist.
Yes, but you don't have a single defense for all the other shit that I just said he is, and yet you still deport him.
What are the other things?
Why weren't you listening the first time I said them?
Because I got caught off guard whenever you said he was racist.
But you didn't get off guard when I called him xenophobic?
How is he xenophobic? What does he do that's xenophobic?
Are you serious? What's xenophobia?
Xenophobia is racism against Chinese or Asian people.
No.
Discrimination, whatever.
Nope.
What is it then?
So you don't even know what it is.
I guess I don't. You could educate me instead of trying to make yourself.
Or you could educate
like
yourself. You're grown, aren't you?
Well, I'm just saying you're the one asking me if I know what it means, and I think I know what it means, but I guess I don't.
But I think I finally just figured it out. The reason why you guys never stop me on any of those other words is because you don't know what any of them mean. You just heard someone call him racist one time, and that hurt your feelings, and so that's the only one you guys are willing to defend. But you don't know what any of the rest of them mean.
It didn't hurt my feelings. I just disagree with you.
You don't know any of the other ones to disagree with me on.
Well, I'm happy to debate them with you if you're.
How could you debate them if you don't know what they are?
Because you've only said xenophobia and racism.
I said 4 other ones. You didn't listen to a single one.
Well, you can repeat them. I'm
sorry,
I
could.
I didn't hear.
Or you could have listened the first time.
All right. Well, then let's move on. What do you want to talk about?
Nothing really with you.
I mean, dude, that's just interesting how you want to debate people and you just try to sit on your.
I want to debate people, sir. You're right. I do want to debate people, but in order to debate someone, you have to have 2 people that know what they're talking about. And you don't know all of the words I'm saying, sir. And you don't know all the words I'm saying.
I never said I knew what xenophobia meant. I told you what I think it means.
Then you're not qualified to debate.
That's not how debating works, bud.
That is how debating works. That's exactly how debating works. And if you think that's how debating works, then you've never actually been to a debate.
Dude, I won the debate in high school. What do you mean?
Oh, and when during that debate was the other person on the other side of the debate explaining what words meant to the person on the other side?
Multiple times.
That's a bullshit lie unless you went to a literally special kids school.
No. I mean, I don't know why you need to make fun of
you were in the trailers in the back, weren't you?
For someone that's progressive, it's kind of interesting that you make fun of special needs people.
I didn't make fun of special needs person unless you're considering yourself a special needs person.
But I'm just saying.
Are you
it's not
saying that
nice to
you're
use-
a special needs person?
No, that's what you just called me, and it's not nice to use that as an insult because that puts.
No,
actual
sir.
special
See, that's
needs
cute. I'm not insulting
very-
special. The only way that I'm insulting special needs person
When you
is
use
by
it as an-
comparing, sir.
like
The
calling
only,
someone
sir,
faggot or
sir,
gay.
sir. The only way
using
I'm
gay as an
insulting
insult.
special needs people is by comparing you to them.
Yes, and that's exactly what I'm saying. You
Yes,
are
because
insulting
they don't
special-
deserve that.
Yeah, I agree. You should not use special needs as an insult. It's really, really.
No, sir. I'm
inconsiderate.
using you as an insult to special needs people.
It's very far from progressive.
Yeah,
man.
you are the insult to special needs people. Special needs people aren't the issue.
All right. I mean, I disagree with you on that one as well, but
Of course you would.
yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I just haven't seen any evidence of Trump being racist. Is why I disagreed with you on that. I could be wrong. You could enlighten me.
Donald Trump is literally currently stealing money from the American taxpayer. Okay. He's literally arresting and detaining children in inhumane conditions. Okay. Literally, currently, right now. Okay. That is actually happening in real life. Okay. If you really think I give a flying fuck on whether you want to close your eyes and be blind to the fact that Donald Trump has literally 50 years of confirmed racism, I really don't care, sir. I know you're probably racist. That's why you had such a hard time voting for Kamala Harris. But I really have zero will to argue it with you. Okay.
I just couldn't vote for Kamala Harris because she was.
I don't care. How about you tell me why 3,800 children have been detained and arrested and put in detention under the Trump administration in 2025? Separated from their families in inhumane conditions where there's not even enough room to lay down because they're so overcrowded, where there's literally backed up sewer and toilets are overflowing, where people are only getting one meal a day, where all these children should be in school. Can you please explain to me why that's okay?
Yeah, I can. I can. I'm not explaining why it's necessarily okay because I'm not the judge of that. But I can tell you why I think it's okay that he's doing that. Why I think, not why it is or isn't.
Why do you think it's okay?
Well, did these people enter our country illegally or are they here illegally?
The children?
Yes.
Hold on. So let's be clear. There was 20 infants put in those detention centers. And you believe they should be put in inhumane conditions because they may have entered the country illegally? The infants?
Well, yes, and here's why. I think it's better. I think it's better rather than separating the kids.
They are being
from the
separated. No, they're being separated and put in the detention centers, not together.
No, they're being deported together.
It is
rather than,
literally the
like,
policy of ICE that's already been released to separate the families. That's already been proven and announced pretty much by the Department of Homeland Security.
Kamala was responsible.
I'm not talking about Kamala Harris. In the year 2025, 3,800 children, including infants, were put in inhumane detention centers. Okay? Those children did not make any decision to do anything illegally whatsoever because they don't know what illegal is, because illegal doesn't exist to them because they're fucking infants. Okay? They sure as hell didn't cross a border. Why do those children need to be put in inhumane conditions as a systematic policy under the Trump administration? Why does that need to happen?
Because we should not incentivize people who are crossing our border.
We can't incentivize or not incentivize infants.
Yeah, it's to de-incentivize the parents from bringing over their infants.
Gotcha.
I mean,
So if a parent does something illegal, we should literally, this is the stance of MAGA. If a parent does something illegal, we should take their infant children and put them in inhumane conditions. Do you remember like back in the day when like Guantanamo Bay exists and the United States was like, oh, it's horrible that we're torturing people. Or remember like all those times, like there was all these other countries that we went into, like Iraq or Libya or all these other countries where they're like, oh, they're doing completely inhumane things to their citizens, to their people, right? That it's just horrible, just inhumane things, inhumane conditions, treating them horribly. How we used to do all of that stuff and like actually have some like morals and empathy and compassion for human beings. And now this guy is like, let's take people's children and fucking put them in damn near deathly conditions to maybe disincentivize people from committing a misdemeanor. Isn't that sad that this is how we've gotten to in our country? Remember when we used
yes,
to actually at least
yes.
be able to give the
Hey,
appearance?
bud,
Actually used to
I
actually give
100%
the.
agree.
Shut the
I
fuck up!
100%
I'm
agree.
talking. Shut the fuck up! I'm talking. Remember when we used to actually
You never
freaking
stop
shut the fuck up? I'm talking. Remember when we actually used to pretend like we had morals in this country, or actually cared about people in this country, cared about children in this country especially, right? Since when have we literally gotten to the point where we're like, you know what? We're going to punish and torture children to try to stop parents from doing that. Well, if we're going to do that, I think that what we should do is take all the white men in this country, take their children, okay, and then we should just, maybe start torturing and maybe unaliving all of these children from all the white men in this country, right? And
What's
then
it
maybe they
important
would
to
stop
unalive?
touching children, and since they're the biggest people that do that, or it's actually kind of a dual thing. Maybe one, it'll disincentivize them from freaking, being the number one people when it comes to, like child sex trafficking and stuff and child sex crimes in the United States. And also we get to take all the children away, so maybe that freaking they stop being victims. How does that sound to you?
Are you passing the wand on to me to speak now?
Yeah, I want to know how that sounds to you.
I do agree that it is unfortunate that we're at this point.
No, how
where-
would you
where it
feel
is-
about us taking all of the children from white men in this country?
Well, did they cross our borders illegally?
No, they're committing sex crimes from children.
Oh, that's fine. If there's pedophiles, yeah, that's fine.
No, we're just going to take them from all white men to disincentivize any of them from doing it.
But there's a big difference, though.
No, there's not.
That's like us. That would be like us going to all these countries where immigrants are going from and arresting people before they even leave.
Yeah, might as well do that, huh? Disincentivize
here's-
them. You know what I'm
here's the
saying?
one thing
Wait,
about-
because
here's the
who
one thing
cares?
about it.
Because who cares
One thing
about
is-
who cares about humanity and empathy and human rights? Because we need to de-incentivize people, right?
Yes, and here's why. Because
See,
under
yes,
the
he
last
right there
6 years
admitted
under
it.
Joe Biden and
Right
Kamala
there.
Harris,
Sir, nobody gives a fuck about Joe Biden or Kamala Harris. Nobody cares.
very, very relevant
If you,
to- it's very,
in
very
order to
relevant
defend,
to people being
if you, in order to defend Donald Trump literally putting infants in inhumane detention centers, need to mention Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, then you don't know what you're talking about.
But if you
Nobody
give me
gives a
30
flying
seconds,
fuck
if
about
30
Joe
seconds to
Biden
be
or
honest.
Kamala Harris. Neither of those two people have been politically relevant in over a year. Okay? I am tired of hearing you talk about them. Okay? Because you guys can't defend anything that Trump is doing. So you go back to people who have not
so
been
extremely
politically relevant
relevant. Give
in
me 30
over
seconds to
it
give
is
you
not
context.
relevant. It's not relevant at all. It does not matter, and I do
All right,
not
here,
care to hear
I'll
about it.
I'll say it without bringing them into it. All right. So, if we allow 10 million people to come across our border, all these children are being put in dehumanizing situations, being raped, being drugged. and
All
being
of them
hauled
are,
across
huh?
the border. Pardon?
Wow. All of the children are being drugged and raped. That's impressive.
I didn't say all of them. I
You
said
literally
all of
just
these.
did. You literally said the words, all of them are being.
All of these, but okay. So, anyways, so if we open our borders, we are incentivizing the cartel to basically profit and take advantage of these kids. There were so many kids.
That's
that came
completely
across the
incorrect.
border.
Actually, if the borders were open, there would be no need for cartels. The only reason to have cartels is to smuggle you over. And if the borders open, if there's no border, then there's no reason to smuggle.
My brother paid a cartel member
Then the
$7,000
border wasn't
to get
open.
his wife's friend over
Sir,
from Brazil.
if there's nobody at the border stopping anyone, then why do I need to pay someone to smuggle me over? I can just
Because
walk
the cartel
over.
runs the land on the Mexican side. The cartel is going to
Oh.
be control of all that land.
Oh,
You cannot
that's how
pass
that
it
works?
As a woman or a man without getting killed or raped unless you paid your dues. That's how it works.
That
My
is not
brother's
how that
girlfriend-
works at all, sir.
My brother's girlfriend.
The only
did the
reason
tracking.
it
Her
works
two
that way,
kids-
sir,
Hey,
sir,
my brother's girlfriend.
sir, nobody cares.
crossed
Shut the fuck up. No, it does not work like that, sir. The only reason that it does work like that, okay, is because the border's not open. The only reason the cartel has any power whatsoever is because the border's not open, okay? If the border was open, there would be no necessity for that, sir. Sir.
$1,000
I'm
For her
sure
and
she
her
did
two kids
because the border's
crossing
not
the border.
open.
No, this was back when this was in 2022.
Because the
when
border wasn't open in 2022 either. The border wasn't open in 2021. The border wasn't open in 2020. The border wasn't open in 2019 because the border's never been open. That's the whole point of what I'm saying, sir.
I'm sorry.
If
Let me rephrase
the
it.
cartel,
Let me
the
rephrase it.
only reason the cartel has power there is because there's border patrol there. That's the only reason. Okay, there is not enough cartel members in order to do that. The reason why a lot of that happens is because they get stacked
I can send
up.
you a video of
Shut the fuck up. The only reason that happens is because the border gets stacked up because we can't process people. That's the whole point. People get stacked up at the border, especially when we do things like stack up fucking people because we shut off legal asylum seeking. And when we do that, then it ends with people being subjected to things like that. Fucking crazy. Anyways, Chris, thank you so much for the $5. Said, homie, finding out that we are done laying down while Trump zombies follow his lead and act is disgusting and offensive on a daily basis. Yes, it is, Chris. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And Tad said his brother girlfriend goes to a different school. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, he lost me as any type of credible actual person to debate with when he didn't know what xenophobia was. Everything after that was just sad. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing pretty well. The cartel actually has a lot of power, bro.
I didn't say they didn't.
Man.
I did not say they didn't.
Okay. Well, I'm not trying to argue. I'm just saying, like.
No, you are now. I never said that. What did I say?
I could have misheard, man. Like I said, I'm not trying to like prove a point or anything like that.
Well, then you shouldn't be coming up here first words out of your mouth saying some shit I didn't say.
Okay, I'm wrong. But yeah,
I didn't ask you to say that shit.
No, you're right. But the cartel is crazy over there.
I
man.
understand
you know
they are. What gives the cartel power is us having a border.
Well, I would also beg to differ that you put America to the side, right? Like the cartel runs a lot of Mexico because their government can't control the cartel. You know, they can't fight back. So, I would say that gives them a lot of power regardless of a border or America.
There's tons of problem with Mexico at all. 100%. That is agreed. The cartels are a problem in Mexico. That is agreed. The way they are able to pick people up and use them to traffic them, okay, is they use the fact that the border patrol is there, right? And so they use it as an ability to use coyotes to get over, or they get stacked up at the border and there's a whole bunch of them at the border. So they're easy targets because they come from places like Venezuela. They come from places like Honduras. They come from all these places. They're in vulnerable situations. They're running from something, usually a lot of times because they're seeking asylum. Right? They show up to our borders, and in places like 2022, when we had asylum seeking that was at all-time highs and we couldn't process people fast enough, and 60% of people were being turned away at the border, you have a bunch of desperate, poor people who are more easily subjected to cartel influence. Right? And that is where a lot of these, there was literal data sets and articles all over about how many girls were being were being sexually assaulted, how many children were being trafficked, and all these things. And because the border was so stacked up, because there were so many people on that side that couldn't get in. If the border was if the border was open, there would not be that stack up there. The way the cartel didn't have the ability to do that. That's what I was saying.
Right, you're speaking from a trafficking standpoint, and that's where I was confused. I apologize about that. I wasn't trying to argue with you about it.
It's all good. What's going on?
But while I have you on the phone though, so like I used to like be for Trump or whatnot. I was where all of a lot of Americans were swindled. You know, like the America First. You know, like it sounds nice, and we all went for it, and fucking now all our money goes to Israel, and he bends over backwards for Israel, and other countries as well. But on that same standpoint, a lot of Biden's policies and Kamala's was based off like their what's the word I'm looking for? Like their I guess their campaign, I guess. Where's my notes? I had notes written down somewhere. Like a lot of their campaign were we're like Israel dual citizens, and we're like, AIPAC bought, like 90% of our politicians are bought by AIPAC, and like that's a big problem. And, that's where I feel like a lot of Americans were swindled, think, oh, we hear America first, Trump's going to do so much for America, and then deep down, I mean, yes, Trump is a huge problem, but I feel like even bigger problem, regardless if you're Democrat or Republican. Not saying that you go for either side, because I know you're poly, but I feel like a lot of Americans miss, especially MAGA. They miss the fact that our politicians aren't doing anything for us, regardless, because of Israel either buys them, blackmails them.
Let's calm down. Okay, let's calm down. Money in politics is the issue with our politics in general. This is not just an Israel problem, and I know you're trying to make it one, but this is not an Israel problem. Okay, this is
part of it.
No, it's not. It is a money in politics. It is a lobbying in politics issue. And we have had a lobbying in politics issue will you shut the fuck up, computer? We've had lobbying in politics, and this is what happens when you do things like have things like Citizens United, okay? But trying to blame Israel for all of our problems is not the issue. Donald Trump is not the issue because of Israel, okay? Donald Trump is the issue because he's literally taking money from freaking anybody who will give it to him. Fraudsters, literally people that are funding terrorism. And Israel just happens to be another one. Big oil happens to be another one. All of those things are other things that Donald Trump is taking money from in order to freaking further his agenda. That is the problem. It's the money. It's not an Israel thing, okay? And you trying to blame it on Israel, not only makes you sound pretty bad, but also, okay, doesn't help to fix the issue, so I don't need to hear about that.
It can make me sound bad, but I mean, like, it's the truth, though. When 90%, like you said, a lobbying is a problem. But if 90% of our politicians are lobbyists for Israel, wouldn't that be 90% of the problem?
That's also just not true. So, yeah. But anyways, I'm tired of hearing this Israel talk. It's a waste of my time. So we're gonna move on. Just a waste of my time, so we're going to keep moving on to the next person. Hello, how are you?
Hey, you might as well mute me because you probably ain't going to want to hear what I say.
All right, goodbye. Hello, how are you? Hello? Hello? Hello, how are you? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I'm good. How are you?
Oh, good. How old are you?
31.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
I support his policies.
And which policy?
His domestic and global ones.
Yeah, you're going to have to get a little bit more specific, bud.
Well, I really like the ideology around the body cams for ICE, which is really good for law enforcement.
It wasn't his policy. That was a policy that was coming down to freaking keep the government open from the Democrats, and they just did it to get ahead of it.
Well, I'm glad he chose to go through with it.
He didn't choose to do that. The Democrats forced them to do it. They were going to shut down the government if they didn't do it.
Well, I'm under the impression that the shutdown's the president's fault. I'm still glad it went through.
You can be glad it went through, sir. You're just glad to the wrong person. I have no problem with you being glad that it went through. I'm saying that Donald Trump is not the ones that did that. Democrats were the ones that did that.
He's the one that signed the bill, correct?
Because he had to.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. Because he couldn't handle another government shutdown.
He signed it. So,
man, y'all will just give Donald Trump credit for fucking anything, dude. It is sad. I'm surprised y'all don't give Donald Trump credit for freaking just like, oh, I woke up and I tied my shoe this morning. You know what it sounds like when you ever watch like that Uncle Ruckus? Like, every morning I wake up and I thank the white man for the sunrise, for the air I breathe. You know, dude, give me a break, bro. He literally could have put body cams on anyone on ICE the day he got in an office over a year ago. He didn't choose to do it until Democrats said, we are not going to negotiate further ICE funding until we do, put in different restrictions, because ICE is going out and murdering American citizens, and one of those was body cams.
Well, may I ask you, do you like the hiring process they've installed in ICE now?
They have installed an ICE where they don't check anyone?
No.
No, not a big fan.
They've kind of installed like a DEI process. Nice. Like they have gay people, people of color, which are a majority. There's a great dynamic in ICE. I think going forward, learning from what's occurred the past couple months, I think it'll be a better operational agency.
They're literally hiring literal like white supremacists and shit. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I think you're kind of making me nervous. Forgive me for sounding shaky, but no. They
I'm not trying to make you nervous, dude. This is a fucking joke. They literally had a fucking Democrat go on, like this Democratic influencer go on there and apply for ICE. They sent her a background check. She didn't even fill it out. Then they told her to go take a drug test. She took a drug test knowing that she was going to fail it, and they ignored it and hired her with a failed drug test and no background check.
Well, what has been done to combat that issue?
That was a month ago.
Well, where's the chain of command then? Hasn't that been reported? Haven't we started a
Has
process
that been reported?
to get that taken care of?
That's not the. It's not a. That wasn't an accident. That's the point.
No, I mean, if you know that and everybody knows that, whatever information, wherever you may have got that from, hasn't there been a start of kind of legality to get the chain of command started, to get that going, the process?
The chain of command is the one that's ordering this stuff. What are you talking about?
No,
the only
I mean,
people that could fix
you
this is Congress, and Congress refuses to exercise their actual power under the Constitution.
Well, everything is being done right now. I'm under the assumption DHS, if they got funded, wasn't as much as they were going to get funded. That was quite negotiated in the bill.
Nope, they just did a 2-week extension on negotiating DHS funding. We have no idea.
Well, I mean, that's still in the works then. Regardless, you really got to understand. I'm pretty sure they understand the severity that's happened. The 2 Americans that died, God bless their souls, man. I'm an American too, but I'm also, I love how the law and legal system works. And 100%, brother, as an American citizen, the Epstein situation is going to be taken care of. I don't know how long that's going to take, but it is. But
didn't Donald Trump just come back over the top and call Alex Preddy a domestic terrorist again?
Well, if I may say, I really don't like the way the media portrayed him in terms of how they kind of morphed the photo they presented versus his original. His family's, how his family portrayed him is not, and if I may say, I don't know how his family knows him. I don't know if they're close, whatever the case may be, but they did not make him look like the best person. I don't know the situation around Renee Good. I don't know. I'm sad and heartbroken regardless. 2 Americans are dead. I mean, shit, man, that breaks my heart. The whole process in general just sucks. But I don't like the portrayal. I saw the videos. I'm a Second Amendment fanatic. I'm for Alex Preddy with his gun. I really don't like the shoving of the woman, how that happened. That's going to be taken care of. Naomi's going to be, they're all going to be not charged. I don't know if they're going to be charged. I don't know if there's going to be any charges. You know how, I don't know the whole private system network. I don't know how that whole private system's getting, private citizens getting prosecuted works. Every politician. So when it comes to prosecuting these people, it's almost going to be impossible. The whole system knows each other. I don't want to get off topic with
Sir, I don't even know where we're at in this, but if you think an investigation is going to happen, I don't know what island you're on over here, but the Trump administration has already refused to do an independent investigation on it. They're literally having DHS investigate DHS. And literally we've had prosecutors that have already quit because instead of actually investigating the deaths of these people, they're investigating like Renee Good's widow. Right? Or they're trying to find a way that Alex Preddy was bad enough for them to go after him. Right? This isn't a system of like, oh, well, we'll have to wait for the investigation. The investigation's not happening, sir. The investigation's not going to happen because the Trump administration doesn't want it to happen. All right? They don't want it to happen. They don't want those type of things to go through. They don't want justice to be served. They want to be able to send their goons out, all right, and to be able to, just cause havoc and beat people up and imprison children and do all of those things. Okay?
You're right. There is no as far as I'm aware, the officers are on the investigation. And I want to say, as far as I'm aware, when it comes to the deaths of American citizens, those two, as bad as they are the only ones. I pray to God they are the only ones.
They won't be.
There doesn't need to be any more killing.
There won't be. There will be more.
Period.
There will be more. I promise you there will be more. I promise you, because that's the point. You don't seem to get it. That's the point of Donald Trump's ICE. The point is intimidation. The point is cruelty.
I did vote for this. I did not vote for the deaths of them. I understand where you come from, and I understand your opinion, but I will not be indoctrinated on that belief. I will go through the process of watching how it all operates. Mind you, I really want to get into this topic with you, Epstein. Mind you, that situation is ongoing, and I'm watching a lot of it unfold in Congress right now. You can definitely tell who's going for who, but I just want to finish up with the ICE situation. I pray to God that we lose no more Americans. I pray to God that ICE handles it more maturely. The body cams, the law enforcement cooperation between the agencies now, people protesting. I watched a beautiful video out of Minnesota, regardless of politics, political party. I watched some singing, a great song, like thousands of people. It was beautiful, man. Just Americans getting together, in peace and harmony.
Sir, Americans only do that when there's tragedy. You voted for the tragedy.
Aside, brother.
Like whatever the next subject you want to get onto, can we get there? Because this is just sad.
So let's get to FC, man, because dude, it's way more than Trump, man. Like
who cares?
I want to see how the court system handles the entirety. Stacey Pulaski being his lawyer, oh my. And she's in Congress right now.
You're saying there's a whole bunch of people besides Trump, but only one of them is the president.
Imagine how many could be, and imagine the affiliated people.
I'm not asked about how many could be. There is currently one who's in the files. He currently exists. Huh?
But imagine after Trump.
Imagine after. I don't need to imagine after Trump. I need to imagine Trump. Like I need to imagine the existence that's happening right now.
Yeah.
I can't worry about the next 100%. President being in the Epstein files when the current president is in the Epstein files.
Hey, brother, if Trump's the first one we want to get to, let's do it.
You voted for him.
There's more.
You say you still support him.
If Epstein, the whole Epstein situation was the occurrence during, mind you, it was not. This happened after he was sworn in, and it was my first time voting. I wouldn't have voted, and he still would have gotten in. I'm just one person.
Yeah, and a bunch of you would have made him not get in. Yeah,
that's not me. You're talking to me. I'm
yes, sir. And you trying to release your culpability of it due to you being one person is a joke.
There's no releasing culpability of it. I voted.
You are. He was in those files 3,500 times.
He's not the only person.
I don't care about the rest of them. The rest of them are not the leader of the free world. None of the rest of them are the fucking president. Okay.
Let's get to him first. Let's get to the solution then. We'll do him first, and then we'll get to
We're not doing him. What do you do? Who's doing him? Have you seen any articles of impeachment out of Congress? Have you seen any of Department of Justice investigations into Donald Trump and his Epstein files?
Why not?
Why not? Because you voted Donald Trump in. That's why. You know who wasn't in the files anywhere? Kamala Harris. Yeah, she wasn't in there.
But she was affiliated. She's affiliated with so many people.
Who was she affiliated in there?
Presidency. Imagine her being.
Who was she affiliated with in there?
Being allowed into the White House right now.
Who was she affiliated with in there? Who?
Wow.
Sir, who?
Jay-Z?
Jay-Z? Jay-Z? That's what you're going with? Is that she was affiliated
Bill Clinton,
with Jay-Z?
Hillary Clinton? They'd be allowed in the White House. And you're laughing at me, brushing me off, but I'm being serious with you.
It's so funny how you can literally defend the literal person that's in there, right? But criticize the person who's not in there because she might have known someone in there. That's wild, dude. There's not even, I don't even think there's proof that Kamala Harris ever met Bill Clinton.
I said the people she was affiliated with.
Like legit, like I literally don't think there's any proof that Donald Trump or that Kamala Harris even ever met Bill Clinton. Is there?
I'm just letting you know that Bill Clinton, you've seen them on camera together. They've been together. They were at the Democratic National Convention. They're
not even on camera together.
And
Yeah,
Bill Clinton
every
was in the
former
White House.
president gets
Imagine-
on the stage with them.
Oh my God, you guys should kiss.
Imagine who would be in the White House right now if she was in the presidency.
If she was the president, then we'd have full investigations into all the people that are in those files. But we don't have
I
any
know,
of that
and
because
I
of
just
Donald Trump.
said-
But because of
No,
Donald Trump, we don't have investigations into any of it.
I think you're severely misguided.
No, sir. I think
Because
that you
there
are
could be
severely
No, there could be current investigations going on right now. The Democratic House could actually bring up bills.
They
that
are. They actually are investigations into only the Democrats.
No.
While
there's not.
currently Donald Trump's wife just made a movie, even though she was in the Epstein files, and the guy who directed the movie was also in the Epstein files.
I know. Isn't that insane?
But
They're
there's
not the-
no investigations into any of them, are there?
There will be.
When he leaves
As an
office?
It's we the people. Aren't
When he
you an
no, it's
American?
not. It's not we the
Aren't
people.
you?
It is
Aren't
not
you
we
an
the people.
American?
It was we the people. It is no longer we the people. It is Trump.
Hey, I just want to say to his viewers, this is a difference between an American and a Democrat, or whatever.
No, this is the
your
difference between
belief
this
system
is a
is.
difference between somebody who understands the political landscape that we live in and a fucking simp.
I
Okay,
think your
you
definitions are
who are
very
literally okay,
Your
have the
defini-
president
your
of the United
definition-
States, his wife, all of his cohorts, and there's no investigation into fucking any of them. Any of them. Not a single fucking investigation into a single person that Donald Trump knows that's in the Epstein files. Not a single fucking one. And instead of condemning that, you're talking about Kamala Harris maybe knowing Jay-Z. Shut the whole fuck up. That is not American. That is not we the people. That is not justice. That is not constitutional. That is not a separation of powers. That is not any of that stuff. Oh my God, dude. Holy shit. He ran. Fucking. That dude bounced. Anyways, Daniel, thank you so much for the $5. Says, try and cross the border without cartel blessing. Those who can't afford it get stuck working their debt off in some of the worst conditions looking in California. Yeah, I agree. We already talked about that. Like, that's really ridiculous. And Fudge, thank you so much for the $2. Says, how do I get on the call? It keeps going to voicemail because it goes to voicemail if I'm on the phone. That's pretty much how that works. You know, if you guys do me a favor over on the TikTok thing, I had to bring up this backup account because my other one got taken down again, whatever. But if you guys could double tap that screenshot the live, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. If you all would like to support, I do have super chat, super stickers. I do have my little live gift goal. I just threw that up randomly. I don't know. I think that was from last time, so I'm not even worried about that. But if you'd like to support, I really, really appreciate it. But more importantly, please make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. Especially if you're new here, turn on those notifications. We're going to keep this thing going. I think we're going to keep this thing going. I'm getting kind of tired. How long have I been on? Oh, it's starting to get to that point. That's okay. We're going to take at least one more. Kayla, thank you so much for the $2. I really appreciate that. And it's not showing me the whole message, and I can't see the whole message. It said as a mom something, and now I can't see the whole message. Cool. Thank you so much, Venmo. Katie, this is my backup which I just had to restart because that guy yelling the F word over and over freaking got the live taken down. But whatever. I get taken down about twice a month anyway.
It's insane.
That's pretty standard. I don't even worry about it anymore. Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm excellent. How old are you?
I am 38.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
I do.
Awesome. Why is that?
Pretty much anything. I listened to your last conversation. I think you spewed several mistruths, including Hillary Clinton was not involved with Kamala Harris, the vetting process right.
I didn't say anything about Hillary Clinton. We were talking about Bill Clinton.
Oh, so you think Hillary stood up on the Democrat National Convention endorsing Kamala Harris, but Bill had nothing to do with anything?
Sir, I'm sorry. What I was saying was, if you have to go through 3 points of fucking contact to get to somebody who wasn't in the Epstein file to blame them while supporting the guy who's literally in them, then you're a simp.
So this isn't the subject I want to talk about.
Technically, I know somebody who works for the Hillary Clinton Foundation who has met Hillary Clinton. So therefore, Hillary Clinton has met Bill Clinton. So therefore, I'm pretty much in the files now, right?
Married to versus knowing somebody that knows somebody.
Yeah. I know somebody that knew somebody that knows somebody that may have been in the Epstein files at some point, or may have known someone in the Epstein files at some point. Sir, you literally support the man who is in there over 3,500 times.
So did Trump kick Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago?
Nope.
Oh, he didn't.
Nope, because the new Epstein files show that he said he kicked him out in like 2004 or 2007, depending on what you hear. And now we have freaking communication with him all the way up to like 2016, where it shows that they were still in contact with each other. It literally showed that in the literal new release.
You really should do more research.
I did do research, sir. That's how I know all of that stuff happened.
There's zero direct communication between the two of them.
There is direct communication. There is direct communication, so you're wrong.
Why did the Biden administration not release the Epstein files?
Sir, I don't give a fuck. If Biden should have released the Epstein files, then he should have released the Epstein files. There's tons of reasons why he shouldn't have, but I truly don't care. If Biden should have released them, then fuck Biden too. Donald Trump's in the Epstein files 3,500 times, and you still support him. That's fucking sad. If Biden was in the Epstein files, then fuck him too. Bill Clinton's in them. He can go fuck himself also. You're the only one supporting someone in the Epstein files. You and your little cohorts.
No, actually, most of the folks in the Epstein files are Democrats, and
but only one of them is the current Republican candidate that you just said out of your mouth that you support. How about this? Hey, watch this. This is easy. Hey, watch. No, it's easy. Watch this. Hey, this is really cool, bro. Mm-hmm. Watch this. Name someone in the Epstein files.
Name
Bill
someone.
Clinton. I don't support him.
Bill Clinton.
Try again.
Multiple people in the Democratic Party.
I don't support any of them. Try again.
I'm not asking whether you support.
Okay, now watch this. Hey, sir, do you support Donald Trump?
Your argument,
sir. Do you support Donald? Hey, sir, do you support Donald Trump?
Of course.
You see the difference?
No,
so I don't give a shit about whether Democrats were in there. I don't give a shit about Joe Biden. I don't give a shit about any of those things. Okay, you support somebody in the Epstein files. I don't. End of story. Done. Okay.
Okay. Cool. Well, we can move to a different subject, but I will say that having your name among 100,000 other names does not.
There wasn't 100,000, sir.
There's over 100,000. How many? Just out of curiosity, since you know so much,
I don't care if there's 100 billion names in them. If the president is one of them and you still support that president,
if someone's name is referenced in an email.
When they're referenced for literally sexually assaulting a 13-year-old, when they're referenced in that manner?
Never. No. Trump was? Trump was never referenced for doing any wrong.
Sure was.
Which one?
The ones that were just currently released. Do you mean put it on the screen?
Okay, give me an example.
Well, I can't do that. That would be horrible. I don't
What
know
do you
the
mean?
fucking page number, sir.
Give me a reference. Don't just say he's in there. I
Yeah,
promise
sure.
you. Give me some
How about this?
evidence.
The Epstein files. There's your reference.
How many files are in the Epstein files?
Over 1 million.
You don't know.
Do I know the exact number of how many there are? No.
No.
I believe there was 6
Roughly.
million total and about 3 million released, if I remember correctly.
So, okay. We can move to a different subject. But I see a lot of the chat has asked for transphobia stuff and things of that nature. So
Why do I care
curious to
about
get
what the
your-
fucking chat is saying? Why aren't you going to freaking respond to what I said?
Sure. What would you like me to respond to?
What I said before you started switching the subject to how many pages there are.
You said that I support Donald Trump. I said having your name in the Epstein file. I did respond. I said having your name in a file, reference an email, no direct communication. Since he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago, zero direct communication since he kicked him out of
Zero
Mar-a-Lago.
non-redacted direct communication. Because again, they still haven't released 3
Because
million
you
of the
know
files.
what's been redacted, but nobody else does.
Oh no! Oh yeah. I mean,
I-
I 100% do. Yeah, 100%.
I'm a strong believer in science
Yeah.
and truth. And
Oh, if
it
you're a strong
doesn't- if I
believer
don't
in
see it, I don't
truth,
believe it.
if you're a strong believer in truth, then you would be a strong believer in Donald Trump releasing all 6 million unredacted pages, right? And then you would be
Well, they
against Donald
can't-
Trump, sir. And then you would be against Donald Trump,
It's a
right?
federal
Then you,
crime to
sir,
re-
and then
to
you would
not
be, sir,
redact-
sir, and then you would be against Donald Trump, okay, for not releasing those 6 million files unredacted. But thank you for reminding me that that's a federal crime for them to not redact, the files, considering they literally released files with dozens of names of victims in there, and they're being sued for it right
Because-
now.
Yeah,
It's crazy
which
how
are
they
the
spent
victims
all
released.
that time redacting, but yet that he left a whole bunch of victims' names in there. Pages and
There's
pages,
three-
literally
there's
pictures
over-
of them. That's crazy. They spent all that time redacting, but yet they left all of these victims' names in there. What were they spending so much time redacting? Okay,
There's
if they
3.5
couldn't get
million
if they
pages
couldn't get
in
those
the
names.
Epstein files.
Oh
Some-
no,
an
not
answer you
3.5
couldn't give me.
million for an entire Justice Department. Oh, how could they do that?
You're right. That's where we should be spending our time.
No, we should be spending our time impeaching Donald Trump for being in the Epstein files amongst a whole bunch of other shit. But unfortunately, what
Accused
we're
of
doing
what
is spending
crime?
our time.
Accused of
is
what
spend-
crime?
It's
What crime
especially
did he commit?
what
What crime is
crimes
he being
did he
accused of in the
commit?
Epstein files? What?
Oh, freaking violations of the Emoluments Clause, violations of the First, Second, Fourth, Fifth, 14th Amendment, 22nd Amendment, freaking.
Okay, let's just pick one. What Second Amendment crime did he violate? You just said second. What second commitment? What first? Pick any of them. What are you talking about?
Sure, the First Amendment. Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
where he used the
violation did he
FCC
commit
in order to get
Epstein files?
Kimmel fired, where he used the FCC in order to get Colbert fired, where he's literally trying to freaking use laws that freaking don't exist in order to freaking have Don Lemon taken out, where he's literally had people deported for using their First Amendment rights at Columbia University. I mean, we could just go like on and on and on. Like it's
Okay.
so crazy, dude. Like there's so many.
So let's pick that last one that you gave as an
Why don't we
example.
take all of them instead of just the one you wanted?
Well, pick one. Let's just pick one. I don't
Sure,
care.
let's
Pick
go with the
any
let's
of them.
let's go with the Columbia students. How about that?
Okay. So the United States and the President of the United States and the federal government has a decision who is allowed in this country. Is that true?
Sure.
Okay. If somebody lies on an application, which that individual did, to gain entrance to this country, they can be removed from the country. Do I think the impetus for that individual being removed was his combatants with the government? I do. But that doesn't change the fact that that individual lied on their application to gain access to the United States.
Like Melania Trump did.
That's a straw man argument. The question is, did that individual lie on his application to get into the United States?
What
He
was the
did.
reason that he was
Therefore,
detained? Was he detained for lying on his application, or was he detained because Donald Trump ordered it after frickin' he published an op-ed that Donald Trump didn't like?
No, I agree with you. I agree with you on that point.
So
that
therefore,
I
it
do
is a
believe that
violation of the First Amendment,
not.
sir. What you're saying is that
it
Donald
would
Trump
be if
violated
he
the
didn't
First.
have another
Sir,
violation.
no.
But
What
he
you're saying
also
is
lied on
Donald
his
Trump
application to
violated
enter
the
the
First
country.
Amendment. What you're saying is Donald Trump violated
I'm
the
not.
First Amendment and then found something else to cover up his violation of the First Amendment. But if Donald Trump again cares so much
He was
about
not-
that, then why don't we deport Melania?
He was detained for domestic terrorism threats, which he did make,
He did not.
and he also
did not.
lied on
That's a
his
lie.
application to enter the country.
That's a lie. He did not make domestic terrorist threats. That's a lie.
Do you look at this stuff?
Uh-huh. Obviously, a lot better than you do, sir.
So again, did this individual lie on his application into the United States?
Sir,
Yes or no?
I already addressed this, and I'm not going to freaking walk in circles with you. Did you already ask that question?
Well, you don't like to answer.
Did you already ask that
questions.
question?
Which question?
The question you just asked me. Is that why we're having a hard time? Because you don't know what questions you're asking me?
No, I asked you whether the individual lied on their application.
Yes.
to
Did
gain
you?
access
Did you
to the
already
United
ask
States.
me that?
Yes.
Did I already answer it?
And you did. No, you said your
Okay.
response was, so didn't Melania Trump. That was your
And
answer.
Then I responded to it. So let me repeat what I said verbatim, so maybe you can catch it this time. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. What I said was, what you're saying is that Donald Trump violated the First Amendment and then found another reason to deport him, right? Which was that you said that he lied on his application. When he said specifically that the reason why he was trying to deport him was based off of an op-ed that he wrote, okay, that Donald Trump didn't like, okay? The reason was because of the First Amendment, and there was another part after that where he found another reasoning behind it. But it wasn't the reason, which is why it's a violation of the First Amendment. Now, and since I already said that verbatim, can you please confirm to me that you heard it this time?
The reason this individual was ultimately removed
Okay,
from the United
sir,
States was
can you
because they
please
lied on their
confirm to me that you
application.
heard me this time? Because again, I already said that exact
No,
same thing, and I
I-
don't like repeating myself.
Sure, I heard you, but
Okay,
the reason
perfect.
that individual
Let's move
was
on.
removed from the United States.
Yeah, we already addressed this part. Cool.
Okay, that's fine,
Perfect.
if you wanna
Thank
move
you.
on.
Do you want to explain to me how he got freaking Kimmel, removed or Colbert removed using the FCC?
Sure. I'm willing to talk about any topic, but sure. I mean, there's I forget the act name, but if it's a political broadcasting, it's required a 50-50 representation to promote political parties. Is that true or false?
Yep, and does not apply in this situation.
And why do you not think it applies?
Because Kimmel was not removed due to not having a 50-50 split. He was removed because the FCC director threatened them and said we can either do things the easy way or do things the hard way. And then immediately Kimmel was removed, later reinstated, but removed. So that
I
is
don't
the
disagree
federal
with you.
government.
That policy-
That is the federal government threatening a news agency to remove someone because he made a comment about Elon Musk that they didn't, not about Elon Musk, about Charlie Kirk that they didn't like. The First Amendment specifically protects us from the government violating our freedom of speech over just these type of instances.
The federal government also regulates that politicians must be equally represented in media.
Cool.
And
Who
that,
did Kimmel?
you
Who did
know
Kimmel?
for a fact, is
Who did Kimmel?
99% of Kimmel's
when did-
guests are
when-
Democrats. 99%.
It doesn't matter. They can be Democrats. What does the law say about it? Does it say that that over 90% of them can't be Democrats?
No, it says there must be equal representation.
No,
it
has to be offered. It does not have to exist. If I offer to freaking 1,000 Democrats and 1,000 Republicans, and 999 of the Democrats say yes, and one of the Republicans say yes, and the rest of them say no, then that was offered to both sides, and there have been literally zero pieces of evidence proven, okay, that existed whatsoever.
That's not true. Again,
All right, then provide me evidence.
That is not true.
Then provide me evidence.
What do you mean evidence? You think that Republicans were invited on in 99% of politicians of either party?
No, I don't believe
declined
any
public
of your freaking
spotlight?
data
That's a
whatsoever.
ridiculous
So,
thought.
So first of all, sir, I don't believe that what you're saying happened. Okay. Not that it really matters, because the entire thing that you're talking about is called the Fairness Doctrine, and the Fairness Doctrine was overturned in the 90s. So this law doesn't even exist anymore. Okay. But even if it does, you would have to prove to me that this situation exists, which you can't prove.
No, I absolutely can. For starters, that is not what I'm referring to.
Oh, what are you referring to then?
These late night shows, these late night supposedly comedian shows, are supposed to be operating under basically they've been given an exemption to the bona fide news interviews. They don't call them as news interviews. Therefore, they've been able to avoid the FCC's regulations associated with interviews with politicians. And so they, like groups like The View, who also is 99% Democrat people, claim that they are not a news organization,
what
but they
law
are
says they have to split it?
It's an FCC act.
It's an FCC act. Which one?
It's called, I think it's called like an equal time rules on late night and daytime talk shows.
No, it's called the Fairness Doctrine. It's literally called the Fairness Doctrine. It's literally overturned.
It is not overturned. That is,
it is.
Absolutely not.
It was overturned by
exists
Reagan
today. So okay. That is why Jimmy Kimmel was removed. I don't disagree with you.
No, it was not, sir. First of all, again, the law doesn't exist. But even then, prove to me that he broke that law that doesn't even apply. Prove it.
What do you mean, prove it?
You are saying
99% of the guests.
Prove to me that 99% of the guests were Democrat. Prove that to me.
What do you want me to do?
I don't know. Give me any type of evidence to anything that you're saying. You're saying 99% of the guests were Democrat. I don't believe you. You were saying that in that case that freaking a bunch of Republicans were not offered spots, which I don't believe you. And you're trying to tell me that that is the reason why freaking Kimmel was removed, which again doesn't even have anything to do with anything, because literally he made a comment about Charlie Kirk. Literally the next day, the FCC commissioner said we need to remove him, and we can do it either the easy way or the hard way. Did not say anything. Did not file any type of deposition. Did not throw out anything saying he's violating this FCC act or this FCC doctrine or anything like that, right? And then the next day he was fired. There was no paperwork. There was no, oh, you violated this act, or we have proof that all of these things are happening. None of this stuff has happened. None of it. You are literally just making up shit out of the whole inside of your ass right now.
Okay, the FCC does have regulations that force equal time for politicians. That is a fact.
Prove that and prove that it happened.
Okay, what do you mean prove that? What do you want me to tell you?
I want you to tell me what FCC regulation. I want you to show me proof that they were in violation of it. That's what I want.
All right, here, let me Google it real quick for you, since you're unable to. In early 2026, Kimmel addressed fears that the FCC regulations may force equal time for politicians, specifically mocking potential rules requiring him to host opposing views. Audience split. While many Republicans celebrate the negative coverage as rightful consequences, others in the party... It's everywhere, dude. You can just literally look it up.
All right, then give me a reference.
Pick one.
I can't pick one because you're looking at them.
Okay, Politico, CBS News, YouTube, The Guardian.
Politico. What's the name of the political argument? What's the blame of the political article?
Well, of course, this one's definitely right-leaning. It is... Be very careful. Some in the GOP balk at kicking Kimmel off TV.
Gotta love that when the name of the article that he's quoting to me is literally the Republicans talking about how bad it was. Gotta love that start. But regardless,
Politico is the most left-leaning platform. But that's
you're the one who named Politico, sir. Not me. A handful of prominent Republicans on Capitol Hill say they were worried about the implication of the FCC commissioner Brendan Carr pressuring a TV network to suspend late-night TV show Jimmy Kimmel. We shall be very cautious of this, as Senator Jerry Morgan, blah, blah, blah. ABC suspended Kimmel indefinitely Wednesday over comments he made earlier in the week about Charlie Kirk. The decision came after this car warned about ABC's parent company Disney on a podcast there would be consequences if Kimmel stayed on the air. Wow, why does this sound exactly like what I said? That's crazy. Moran was one of the half dozen lawmakers who told Politico they were concerned in the implications of card blunt thing. Blah, 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 blah. We're going to keep going down this. I'm still looking for this law or violation that they did. Yep, we're still going down. We are about 3/4 of the way through the article. There isn't a single word in here about a law or an FCC violation or how Kimmel violated it. And we're at the end. Not a single thing in that entire article said an FCC regulation, okay, or any type of proof that Kimmel violated it. What it did say is everything that I just said almost verbatim.
So your argument, sir, is that there is no such thing as an FCC rule. Section 315 of the Communications Act requires broadcast stations to provide equal opportunities, including comparable time, not invites, time and placement to all legally qualified candidates for the same public office to allow one candidate to use their facilities.
Awesome.
You're saying
and
that
when
Section
did Kimmel,
315, the equal time rule does not exist.
Sir,
You're saying that.
Even if it does exist, prove to me that Kimmel violated it. Okay? Because that said, people running for office, for candidates, who the fuck was running for a fucking election during that time that was on Kimmel?
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
Okay, I'll give you an article that shows you that one now. So now you agree that there is a law.
Nope, I haven't agreed to shit.
Section 315 of the FCC.
Nope, I haven't agreed for shit. I haven't agreed to anything. I just gave you you look it up and tell me where the fuck to find it. Because the last thing you just gave me when I asked you to prove a source to me was literally a source that proved my point.
All right, I'll give you.
So you're not doing great, okay? If you pull sources that prove that you're wrong and I'm right, then no, I'm not going to go look up your sources from here on out.
Okay, the next one is 47 CFR 731914 equal opportunities. That is the code for the law that is in existence that requires equal communication in news. Now,
you already said news and late night aren't the same. You already proved your own point wrong on this. Prove to me that Kimmel violated any of this.
Okay, sure. I'll give you an article.
You do know that Charlie Kirk isn't a politician, right?
No, I love Charlie. I love Charlie.
You do realize he wasn't a politician, right?
I'm not arguing that. Charlie Kirk.
Just to be clear, because it seems confusing that the article that you sent me shows that the FCC director literally fired him after he made comments about Charlie Kirk because he made comments about Charlie Kirk, and you're like, oh, he violated some other thing.
Okay, it's not about who they talk about. It's equal time.
Sir,
in the newsroom. It's equal time.
Sir, you can keep yelling prove equal time. You can keep doing it. Okay? You can literally keep doing it until you go blue in the face. Okay? It changes nothing to me, okay? Because those FCC regulations, A, count for the news, not late night television, and B, you haven't proven to me that Kimmel violated any of it.
All right, here we go. Newsbusters. A report analyzing the first half of 2025 indicated that A report analyzing the first half of 2025 indicated that 99% of political press across major late-night shows, including Kimmel, were left-leaning or left politicians.
Okay. But again, he's not a news organization, and also it's only for candidates, only for political candidates that are running for office. So no, I'm not, because I'm going off the law that you said. I'm going off the regulation that you just said that said it only applies.
99% of political guests.
That's okay. You can have political guests. You can have 100% of political guests. What you said was political candidates that are running for office.
Okay, here we go.
I'm going off of what you told me, sir. Please stop arguing with me. You're reading regulations, and then you're saying things that aren't in those regulations.
in the first part of in 2025 when the study was done, 30 Democrat politicians were given airtime and
Politicians
0
are okay. It
Republicans.
doesn't violate the law.
It does. It's
No, it doesn't.
exactly that.
It only
It's
violates.
people
It's only
in
for
office
political.
or running for
No,
office.
it's only political candidates, which means it's people that are running for office, not people that are already in office.
If
So
you're
how
in
many people
office-
that were specifically
excuse me.
just running for candidacy?
You do know that
came
if
on-
you're in office, you're re-running for office.
Not always.
Like all the time, right?
Nope, not always.
No, outside of those that
That
have
lie
announced
does not.
their
You have to
retirement.
be in an election. That all those laws talk about only being
No,
in
you
an election.
don't. You do not have to be in an election. It does not say that.
Man, dude.
Read the
Guys,
code.
this is literally, I'm getting so tired of this argument. This is literally just so this guy can defend Donald Trump violating the First Amendment.
No,
Isn't that sad?
I don't.
Isn't that
I don't
sad
worship.
that this guy, yes,
I
you do,
don't.
that this guy is literally going through fucking, first of all, he pulled an article that proved my point. Then he's pulling FCC regulations, which then the evidence that
you
he
asked me
pulls,
to pull that you said didn't exist.
He's pulling FCC regulations and then giving me evidence on how his own FCC regulations don't exist and doing all of that so that he can simp for a fucking president that's violating the
Sir.
First Amendment. Isn't that fucking sad? Isn't
Sir,
that sad, y'all?
did you-
This is crazy. Anyways,
Did you say that law did not exist?
that's not a law. It's an FCC violation.
That's a law.
No, it's not.
What do you think? They're just policies?
Yeah, that's exactly what
it's
they
a
are.
federal law.
FCC
It's got a
violations
PR
are
code.
federal law. Well, then you have a lot to learn about a
Yes.
whole bunch of shit. But regardless,
It's a-
that stuff
it
that you
has a
said
PR code
applies
that I
to
gave
news
you.
agencies when it comes to political candidates, neither of which fall
To
for
be
Kimmel
clear, sir,
whatsoever.
when we started
sir.
this conversation, you said the law didn't even exist.
Because it doesn't.
You're moving the goalpost.
Because it doesn't
just
exist.
gave you the CR.
Because it doesn't exist, sir. Because it
gave you the
doesn't
CR.
exist. Because it doesn't fucking exist. You have just
Sir.
proven that
I
it
gave you the
doesn't
CR,
exist.
but-
Sir, you just proved that it doesn't exist. FCC regulations are not laws. Okay?
They are federal
That is-
laws.
they
They're
are, they are
absolutely
not a
federal laws.
fucking federal law, sir. That is
The
fucking
FCC
crazy.
cannot just make up rules and apply them. It has
Yes,
to be
they
passed
fucking
through Congress and
can.
Senate. No, they can't.
Yes, they fucking
It's a federal law.
Oh my god. Why am I talking to literally the dumbest fucking people tonight? Oh my fucking
You
god.
didn't even know
There
it
is no
existed, and
fucking
now
way
you were
because
saying
it
that-
doesn't fucking
So-
exist. You fucking
you know-
imbecile. It doesn't
Do you know how I?
fucking
Do you know?
exist.
Here's.
Shut the fuck up, dude. I am so tired of hearing your fucking voice. Holy shit. You have a voice that makes me want to literally blow my own fucking brains out. Holy shit. You said a whole bunch of shit that didn't exist, then pulled a regulation that said none of the things that you fucking said. None of it. You literally pulled an FCC regulation that literally says none of the things that you fucking said. None of them. And then, even then, it didn't apply to Kimmel whatsoever. I cannot believe, okay, that literally I am wasting my fucking brain cells currently and right now on something so fucking stupid. Like literally the stupidest shit I have ever heard in my entire fucking life. Oh my fucking god. It is too late in my fucking night to be trying to explain this to an actual adult in the United States. Like literally, I could explain this concept to a fucking 5th grader. I could literally explain this to a literal fucking 5th grader, but this literal supposed adult can't understand anything that is fucking happening. These are not fucking laws. This is not what you fucking described. He is not a late night TV show, and none of this is even proven that he did it. On top of all of the things I just said, the FCC commissioner said why he was doing it, and none of this has anything to do with it. Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I told you? Yes or no?
Understand that it is a law.
All right, I guess not. Holy shit, dude. Holy fuck. I cannot believe that friggin' that we have these guys, these people vote. These people literally vote. Holy shit. Holy shit. Tim, thank you so much for the $5. Said on one hand, you have Trump and on everyone he keeps closest in the files. However, Kamala may have known a black man. Get owned, libs. I'm so owned. I'm so owned. I'm so incredibly owned. The only person that lost in that conversation is America. I hope you guys understand that. Yo, please make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Holy shit. Make sure you guys hit that follow button. We're going to be moving to 5 times a week. At least I thought I was going to, but we're having some problems over on TikTok. So we'll see what happens if I can even get this thing going tomorrow. But we're going to try our best. Freddie, thank you so much for the $10. Said, hey, Paulie, just curious if you and Ari enjoyed Melania last weekend. That's what we did. We actually watched it on repeat. Yeah. Yep. Yep. The Melania movie was so bad, he had to release the Epstein files in order to hide it. That's how bad it is. Joe Dirt, thank you so much for $2. Said, caller, you are not winning. Odysseus said, this moron wants to talk about equal opportunity. What doesn't talk about is how Fox News runs Trump 24/7. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, Fox News, who is actually supposed to be a news agency, like, I want to see where they only, where they give equal opportunity to Democrats. Yeah, I would love to see that. That'd be cute. And Lainey, thank you so much for the $5. I said, seems like it's been another rough stream. Love watching you and RA. Keep your heads up. Y'all are great. No, what y'all can do is you guys need me a few favors. I will be back on right after 7 o'clock tomorrow, about 7:15 tomorrow. Central, so about 8:15 Eastern. What y'all can do is come in. I'll be on my backup account on TikTok, so please come in, support that. Let's try to boost that up. Also, I'll be here on YouTube, so please come in, support, hit that like button tomorrow. Hit that follow button, turn on notifications. If you're a Trump supporter, come back tomorrow right around that time. And come back tomorrow around that time. That way we can start this thing right back up with some more conversations, have a lot more fun. Plus, if you're trying to call in for me, right at that like 8:15 Eastern time is like the perfect time to come in. Because that's when my phone's not going to be ringing off the hook. So it's the best time. So come back then. If you're trying to call now, come back then. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully we can have a lot more conversations tomorrow. Hopefully they're a little bit better tomorrow. But I hope to see you guys then, all right? Love you guys so much. Hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Talk to you later, okay? Bye.